MAFpod listeners, hello and welcome to another episode of Michael and Austin Football Pod. This is the 11th episode of the podcast in total. I believe the 6th or 7th installation of Michael and Austin Football Pod. So let's get right into things with the college football slate from last week. First off, we will go to Norman, Oklahoma, and tell me what happened down there in Norman.
Yeah, it was a pretty a strong defensive game by both teams. I think the story of this game was Bo Pribula coming back from injury, and I think just like John Mateer, I think he came back way too early. A lot of missed throws. Oklahoma did their job by stopping Ahmad Hardy, which we said last weekend was going to be the key point if Mizzou wanted to pull off the upset. But John Mateer and Isaiah Satenga had monster games. Obviously, John Mateer, 2 touchdown passes was enough to pull out the win. And it's just a strong defensive performance by OU.
And one thing I will say, one of those touchdowns given up to Isaiah Sategna was like a 10-yard slant.
It was like a crossing route.
Yeah, it was like a 10-yard slant that had poor coverage. I believe that they were in man, and I think the corner thought that they were in zone because he just let his guy go. And then I think he realized late that everybody else was running with their man, and he tried to catch up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you've got a former track star in Isaiah Sategna, and he's running down the sideline, and now he's gone for 6.
Yeah.
So, like that one, I was like, that was mind-blowing. Also, what a huge momentum switch, because up until that point, Mizzou had been doing a phenomenal job of great defense, and their offense had been doing just enough to keep them up. I believe at that point they were up 3-0, and then Sategna ran it in for the touchdown, and all of a sudden now it's 7-3.
Yeah,
the whole game has flipped.
Yes.
So that was just a major momentum point in that game.
Yeah, strong performance by OU's defense, and even when Missouri would get into the red zone, just holding the field goals, and I think there was a missed field goal if I remember correctly.
There was a block.
Was it blocked? Yes, you're right. It was barely tipped, but it did cause it to go wide.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mizzou just couldn't finish in the red zone, and that's you gotta be able to do that in big games like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Other than that, honestly, I wasn't super disappointed with the way that Bo Pribula played. I think that, he's got a pretty major ankle injury that just happened, an ankle dislocation. So coming back from that this quick and being able to play the game that he did, still, kind of impressive. So, but yeah, you're right. I still think he's back too early because he was not mobile at all in that game. Moving on, we've got USC at Oregon. Oregon was favored by 9.5. You had Oregon with the USC cover. I had USC. In this one, it was like, it seemed like when you have a team that is just super explosive and can get back into the game quick, and then one team that is like just a consistent juggernaut, like somebody that is going to consistently have 9, 10, 11, 12 play drives that take off, 6 minutes of clock. A team that can run the ball, a team that has a couple good tight ends. And in that team, I'm speaking of Oregon. They're a consistent, hey, we can grind you or we can have explosive plays. Right. Yeah, they've really got a lot of variability in that offense. And I do genuinely think that this score does not reflect how close the game actually was. But it was like, okay, Oregon's going to go down there and they're going to take 7 minutes off the clock and score. And then all of a sudden, SC goes down and scores in 2 minutes. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's great. We're glad that you're scoring, but you got to either keep the ball a little bit longer or the defense has to play better because Oregon is too good. They're going to keep the ball for at least 5 minutes on every drive.
Yeah.
So, like, you got to understand that and manage the clock accordingly. And I don't think that USC has the ability to do that, and that's why they are now out of playoff contention, out of Big Ten championship competition.
Yeah,
so.
this was a big game for Dan Lanning and the Ducks to really prove themselves. I mean, they're going on their toughest stretch of games. Obviously, they got Washington next week. But yeah, I mean, they did it against Iowa, pulled off the win down there, and then to this past weekend and against USC, they were just able to stop the run, and I think that's why USC had to resort back to just trying to beat them with big plays, and Oregon just was able to really take off a lot of clock and score when they got down into the red zone.
And also, I mean, big ups to Dan Lanning for getting out and letting the national media know, like, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I love it here in Oregon. The people love me. This is where I want to be, and he's sticking to his guns. I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
So Dan Lanning, love to see that, especially in the modern era, where as soon as good jobs come open, everybody is so quick to leave. So very, very happy about that.
Yes.
Moving on, we've got Pitt at Georgia Tech, a major ACC matchup that did not go the way that we had both expected.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech ends up losing this one handedly to Pitt. And I think that is a direct result of, I mean, obviously you can't say that it's anything is a one-play game. However, when you have scored 14 unanswered points to get your team back into a game where you were down 3 scores and you're about to tie it up with a third score, you can't throw 100-yard pick six.
Yeah.
Now, if you come away with a field goal there, that's still okay.
That's huge.
The crowd is still in it. Everybody is hyped up. This is awesome. But if you throw a 100-yard pick six right there, you're not coming away with points, and they're coming away with a touchdown. You can't have that happen because, I mean, it was incredibly close to being a 21-21 ball game. And with the momentum that they had, I don't see a timetable in which Pitt is able to rattle Georgia Tech enough to make them lose that game.
Yeah.
I think that they were on a trajectory to win that game in a major comeback, and that pick six just kind of sealed their fate because it put them back down 2 scores. All the work that you just did erased.
Yeah.
And the crowd was out of it at that point.
Yeah.
And if you look at 2 or 3 plays before that, that crowd was roaring.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, that was probably a really cool environment at that time.
Yeah.
And then right after the pick six, I can't imagine a more just disheartened environment. That would suck.
Yeah. And, I mean, it was amazing game by Pitt's defense, stopping the run, forcing Haynes King to have to throw the ball. And their QB, I know you pronounce his last name, Heinschel or something like that.
Yeah, it's Heinschel.
Yeah. He had a monster game. And
he exuded a lot of confidence.
Also, Pitt really tried to sell this game by going for that fake punt late in the fourth.
Yep.
That was a crazy move, and ACC's wide open. Georgia Tech must win. Well, actually,
no, Georgia Tech is out of
Tech's
the.
out. Forgive me. Yeah, Georgia Tech loses their chance for a championship game unless.
Which it's crazy with a win there, they clinch, the ACC championship and they go to the ACC championship.
Yeah.
With a loss, they're completely out of contention.
Right.
It's not often that you see that.
Yeah. And now all eyes on one of our games that we'll talk about later. a lot of eyes be on Pitt this weekend, though.
Yeah, a lot of eyes for good reason.
Right.
So moving on, we got BYU at Cincinnati. Not a whole lot to talk about in this
Not a
one.
lot. LJ Martin is that guy, though.
Yeah.
32 carries for 222 and 2 touchdowns.
Whew.
Bear Bachmeier was.
It's a day of twos.
It's a day of twos for him. Bear Bachmeier, efficient quarterback in this game. Wasn't really asked to do much. Brendan Sorsby had a monster game. Threw 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, but a huge interception, I think, in the second quarter. That really flipped the game. But yeah, BYU's able to hang on, and with a win this weekend, they'll be in Big 12 championship game.
Yep.
Much.
And that is, that's very similar to what we talked about, where I was telling you, I would much rather lose the regular season matchup to Texas Tech and go win the conference championship than the other way around. Because, I mean, that really is – it's a saying for a reason. The hardest thing to do in a season is beat a team twice.
Yes.
Because they can game plan for you in different ways and try to not lose how they did the first time.
Yeah.
So moving on, we got Louisville, SMU. Actually, before we touch on this one, I do want to I want to touch on a point that a lot of Bama fans are making that is super detrimental to the narrative of how good of a quarterback Ty Simpson is. So in this game against Eastern Illinois, we did win it 52-0 or 56-0. But everybody, the talk of the town has been, oh, well, guess what? Ty Simpson threw 2 picks in this game.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so one of them was a last second of the second quarter Hail Mary into triple coverage, which it's not like he didn't know he was putting the ball in danger, but it was the last second of the second quarter. There was no chance for them to score. He was just throwing it up. You're going to fault him for that? You really can't. So take that one away. And then the one over the middle, yeah, that's a bonehead play. But I think it's not a bonehead play. It was just about as confident of a throw as you can possibly get. And he probably shouldn't have been that confident in that specific throw. There was I believe a strong safety that had dropped back into coverage, but initially was kind of hidden in the linebackers, kind of hidden in the wash in the middle of the field, drops back. And this ball is probably 3.5 feet, 4 feet over this kid's head, like almost layered in perfectly. Like it would have been a great ball. And this defensive back, linebacker, whatever he was playing, just so happened to have one of the greatest athletic plays I've seen on a field. I mean, his vertical was insanity. Jumps up and grabs this ball out of the air. So don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad throw. It's just don't put the ball in danger when you don't need to.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that he is continually learning. He's only thrown 4 picks all season.
Yeah.
There were 2 in previous games, and then this game he had 2. So 4 picks all season compared to the amount of touchdowns that he has. I'll take that in any quarterback. I think that for the most part, he is very safe with the ball.
Yeah.
And I'd like him to learn things about protecting the ball in a game that we're going to demolish Eastern Illinois versus next week when we're playing Auburn and he has no margin for error. And is playing a much better defense. So I hope that he learned his mistakes here. I hope that he is a little bit more patient, doesn't put the ball in danger. And I think that he has that skill 100% in his bag. Yeah. But I just wanted to touch on that before I hear anything from any fan base about, oh, well, Ty Simpson just threw 2 picks against Eastern Illinois defense. What does that say? Well, I actually don't think it says much if you actually watch the game. Yeah. So, but moving on from that, we've got Louisville at SMU, another game with huge ACC impact.
Yeah, man. SMU comes out and dominates Kevin Jennings. Um, put up
303 yards.
Yep, 303 and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the moral of the story there.
Yeah, that's the tail of the tape.
Tell the tape. Miller Moss was out with injury for LSU, so that's probably a big loss for them. But yeah, SMU is they could be a pretty scary team to face in the ACC championship game.
Yeah.
They really are. They really bounced back from the beginning of the season, and um, they have a good chance of making the ACC championship game, and they could be a pretty good playoff opponent if they make it.
This is one of those teams that, man, I truly think that depending on how the offseason goes, this might be one of those teams where we won't see them be good again for a while.
Yeah.
Their head coach, Rhett Lashley, he's getting looks from all over the place.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if he heads out to greener pastures. Nothing against SMU. I think that they are a good football team and they can do some damage in the college football landscape. But there's definitely better places as far as recruiting, the talent that you're going to get,
Yes.
the coaching staff that you're going to be able to have. There's just different things that, kind of lend themselves to other programs. So I'm happy for SMU. Make the most of it. Hopefully you make the playoff again. That would be huge. Moving on, won't say a whole lot about this, but my Missouri State University Bears did end up taking a loss, ending their 5-game winning streak, and I believe taking them out of contention for the American Conference Championship. Or not American Conference, sorry.
Conference USA.
Conference USA Championship, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately with that loss, they have maybe a sliver of a chance of making it if things fall their way, but
it's definitely not. They don't control their destiny.
They do not control their destiny, and yeah, it's a hard-fought game. I think it was tied going into the fourth quarter, and Kennesaw State pulls out the win. A big game to Kennesaw State's quarterback, Amari Odom, throws 5 touchdown passes and 387 yards. And it just seemed like the Bears had no answer for him.
Yeah.
They also had 16 carries and a touchdown on the ground as well. So a big playmaker that the Kennesaw State has.
Everybody on audio, you might want to turn your phone down for a second. Get down from that tree. All right. Right back into it. Sorry about that. Luna wanted to be a little asshole.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just sad, man.
Yeah. Still a great season for the Bears.
Great season and great games, great numbers for Jacob Clark this whole season.
Yes, I was very iffy on how the Bears would come out in their first year as FBS school in the Conference USA world.
And I think that they're cementing themselves as possibly a powerhouse in that conference.
Yes.
Moving on to we'll go Kentucky at Vandy. Vandy favored by 9.5. Diego Pavia, you are a man possessed. I mean, I believe he was at 480 passing yards. I don't know what his rushing yards were, but I mean, he was locked in to a different level. It was absolute insanity.
Yeah, he had over 500 yards of total offense.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's a big difference maker for that team, and to do it against a Kentucky defense that's normally pretty strong against opponents too. Nothing really to be said. Trey Richardson, he had a monster game receiving. He had 6 receptions and 3 touchdowns with 160 yards. But yeah, Vanderbilt is. I think this team is also looking to just make it into the college football playoffs. I think they knew that they had to have a big game here,
Yep.
and senior night as well for them. So Diego Pavia's last home game in a Vanderbilt uniform.
Yes. Can you tell me real quick? I got to check in on my boy Kendrick Law. Can you tell me if he did anything at all?
Uh, let's see, K Law. Kendrick Law, yeah, not a great stat line for
No.
that boy.
Okay, that's fine. We
Yeah,
don't even have to touch on it. I don't want to
yeah,
give him any negative press.
yeah,
But Kendrick Law, just know you're my boy. I
yeah.
love what I see on tape every week. Um, man, what is the what is the classification of their tight end? It's like Pavia's number one.
Oh,
Um,
crap, what is his name? Oh, it's gonna kill me.
it's killing me
Eli
right now.
Stowers.
Stowers. I was
Yeah,
gonna say Sellers, but I was like, I'm thinking of Lenore.
Eli.
So
Yeah, it's his senior year.
yeah,
Definitely a guy to be looking for in this upcoming draft. I believe. I
yeah.
think he's one of the most explosive tight ends. Him or Kenyon Sadiq from Oregon will
I
be.
mean, Kenyon Sadiq
He
is definitely the
yeah,
number one in that.
but
But
Eli Stowers, I think he's going to be very high on the tight end draft board for
yeah,
teams.
Stowers putting up impressing numbers for a tight end.
Yeah,
Also, he is very explosive with the ball in his hands. He is going to be one of these tight ends that is going to be a route running tight end. I would say that's going to be his specialty is going to
yes,
be in the pass game, not necessarily blocking.
yes,
He's not a super huge tight end. He's not a big guy, but he can play when it comes to
yeah,
putting the ball in his hands. So
absolutely.
definitely got to look out for. Moving on to Tennessee at Florida. Um, we'll just tell the folks the final score and then move on from that
Yeah,
one because
yeah,
that was pretty rough. It was 31-11.
yeah. And
It,
Florida's only touchdown coming late in the fourth quarter. It's
yeah,
really 31-3
yeah.
if you want to
It
think
was
about it.
31-3 for like the entire game.
Yeah,
It was crazy that I feel like they went up 28-0 in the first quarter
yeah.
and then just like let off the gas the rest of the game.
So they went up 31-0 in the first half. They
Okay,
didn't
yeah,
score any in the second. They were on cruise control.
yeah,
Yeah, the quick style offense was too much for Florida to
yeah.
handle, and Tennessee defense showed up, which was good to see.
Which and that was something that we discussed. I wondered how those matchups were going to work.
Yeah,
And obviously it went in the favor of Tennessee.
yeah,
I think that though that's one of those things where that is like a coin flip game. Half
yes,
of the time, maybe those great, Florida wide receivers take advantage of the man coverage that Tennessee likes to play,
yeah,
and the game goes a different way. Half the time, it looks like this, and they have a great game.
yeah,
So I'm impressed with Tennessee's performance.
yeah,
Not impressed with Tennessee's performance for the entirety of the season. So definitely a lot to improve upon next season, but still a good team.
yeah,
Still somebody that is going to be a powerhouse in the SEC for years to come.
for sure.
Moving on to Baylor at Arizona. We both had Arizona plus points.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Not a whole lot
Not
to
a whole
say.
lot to be said. Arizona um, comes out and dominates the second half, putting up 27 unanswered. Um, they're able to hold Baylor to 0 points in the second half, and able to get 2 picks off Sawyer Robertson, which not a not a name that you hear a lot, but this guy is a good thrower of the football. He's tall, lengthy, has a great arm, so really impressive by the Wildcats defense to get 2 picks and um, really turned those into touchdowns too. The offense was very good. But yeah, nothing else really.
Yep. Arizona State and Colorado was our last game. And we told you folks last week
Yeah.
that this was not going to be a very super entertaining slate, which I mean that's exactly how it turned out. Not very entertaining.
Yeah.
There were a couple good games mixed in there, but for the most part, kind of a snooze fest.
Yeah.
That is just about the opposite of what will be coming up
Yes.
this coming week.
Rivalry
Week. I
Oh
mean,
my God. Sure.
anything could happen.
Yes.
But as far as Arizona State and Colorado, Arizona State did come out with the win there and the cover.
Yes.
42-17. They beat the crap out of the Buffs.
Yeah, they ran all over them.
Yeah.
255 and a touchdown for their running back, Raleek Brown. And no Sam Leavitt, sorry. No problem for the Sun Devils.
Yeah. Yep. Not a whole lot to be said about that game. I'm fine just getting into our next week's.
Real quick, I want to give a for you guys who don't know, Jordan Tyson, wide receiver for the Sun Devils. Be on the lookout for him. A lot of people have him as the number 1 ranked receiver
in
this
the draft?
upcoming draft. Yeah, so a name to look out for there.
I did not know that. I'll have to start watching a little bit more.
Yeah,
Arizona State football.
He's a big, lengthy, contested ball catcher.
All right, I'd like to see that. Okay, well, we are moving into next week. The next week's action in college football. Just to let you folks know, we will be taking a bye week after this week. Our schedules do not allow a good recording time for us, so we will be taking an intermission. Kind of mid-season for the NFL, like kind of mid to late season for the NFL, and towards the end of the regular season for college. It's going to be basically you won't get our rivalry week breakdown immediately.
Yes.
You'll get it upon basically the first week of playoff.
Yes.
We are going to make playoff predictions in this one, but other than that, you will not see us for a week. So if you're not happy about that, neither are we.
It's all love.
Chime down in the comments. Let us know what we need to cover, what we need to do.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and move into clean old-fashioned hate. Georgia versus Georgia Tech, one of the longest standing rivalries in college football.
Yeah, and if you guys don't remember last year, this game went into 7 overtimes. No, excuse me, 8 overtimes actually. It was 8 overtimes. And Georgia pulls off the win 44-42, I think.
So, and it was 8 overtimes. We did look up a previous stat. So going into this game this year, Georgia is favored by 12.5 over Georgia Tech. When they had that game where they went into 8 overtimes, Georgia Tech was favored by 16. Georgia was favored by 16. Much higher line than it is this year, and it still was absolutely wild. That's part of what tells you that just rivalry week is insane. Yes. Anything can happen. So, I mean, honestly, there's not a single game on this slate that I'm not looking at as a straight pick 'em.
Yes,
because
very tough.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yes.
But as far as this one goes, you've got Gunnar Stockton playing phenomenal ball. You've got really this whole Georgia team playing great ball. Nate Frazier just had an incredible game against, albeit Charlotte.
Yeah.
He had a great game against Charlotte. So, I mean, not super impressive opponent, but nonetheless, he had 2 rushing touchdowns and, however many yards. But overall, this Georgia team, this Georgia defense, I think that they're a great unit. They are a true team. And what I mean by that is, especially in today's era of NIL, you tend to have a lot of teams that they don't mesh very well personally.
Yes.
Versus this team, it seems like every player is playing for the man next to him,
Yes.
and that is definitely dangerous come the playoffs.
Yes.
So I like Georgia, and I like them in this matchup.
Yeah.
The only thing that I think can spoil that is a Haynes King that doesn't want his last game in college football to
Yes.
be a blowout.
Yes.
And that's a dangerous Haynes King.
It is a dangerous Haynes King, and that's where I was gonna go. Continue with that is Haynes King. If he has a monster game like he did last year, I could see him pulling off the upset. But that defense has just been too scary at times for me, where they've given up almost like 50 points. You can't do that with Georgia. I think Georgia's offense is just way too much for Tech to handle. So I'm taking a Georgia win. Um, but I'm taking a Georgia Tech cover. I think they can keep it close. I think they can keep it within 10 points at least.
For me, it's like I see two possibilities for this game. I really only see two, and that is Georgia Tech making this a shootout
Yeah.
and somehow winning it, or Georgia blowing them out.
Yeah.
Those are the only two possibilities I see, because I don't really see a world in which Georgia Tech keeps this close and loses. I think that they're just like, they're so scrappy. They feel like a team that, like, if they keep it close, they might win this.
They could, and they showed that last year.
And that's all on Georgia. Because if
Yes.
Georgia lets them keep this close, oof,
Yeah, I just think Georgia's.
that'd be a rough way to go out.
Yeah, it would be.
But you're right. I think that Georgia's way too high powered, but I'm going to lean on my second possibility and say that I think Georgia does win this and cover. I think that they maybe win it by multiple scores.
Yeah, very, very possible.
So you're going Georgia Tech cover?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Georgia's these past 2 weekends have really played like a complete team, like we've been waiting for all along, and I think that continues into the playoffs. And this is a team that's still fighting for a SEC championship spot too.
Yes, absolutely. Moving into our next game, what I think has the possibility to be the game of the week, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. This is A&M versus Texas, or A&M at Texas. Sorry, my apologies. But A&M is a great team. They have beat some good teams now. There was a while in their season where I was like, well, I mean, who have they really beat? Now they've had some real tests. They're going up against a Texas team that has been playing great in the past, 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Arch Manning has looked really good.
Yeah.
If you look at Arch Manning's numbers compared to Julian Sands'
they're
numbers,
almost identical. Yeah, they're almost identical.
Whoever's voting for the Heisman, you might want to just take a peek at that, and also take a peek at Jeremiah Love, and don't fool yourselves.
Absolutely,
he should win it.
It's just
it's a QB award.
If a QB wins, it's clearly, let's just start calling it a QB award.
Yeah. But so getting back on this, it's just I do think Texas has a better defense than anything that A&M has faced up until this point. They faced a Mizzou team, but I don't think that defense is quite on par with Texas. They have a couple good edge rushers, but that's about it. Versus this Texas defense, I mean, they have talent all over the field.
Yes.
I don't think that they've faced anything like this. I want to see what it looks like. It's crazy. This is one of those things where, like, I want to try it before I buy it. Like, right. I don't want to root for either team until I see the game, but you really
want to see how the first play or how the first series of the game plays out. I mean,
if I could pick this after the first series, I would feel much more confident.
Yeah.
But for me, the way that Marcel Reed has been playing, phenomenal. The way that A&M defense has been playing, I mean, you can't discount that. Their defense has been great.
Yeah.
Their O-line, which we have talked about in prior weeks, their O-line looks really good. They are able to run the ball. They do have Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver.
Yeah.
They've got a good team. However, I think that Texas hands them their first loss of the
Really,
season. Yeah.
you know what's crazy is looking at the team stats. Um, Oklahoma's defense is quietly one of the better defenses in college football. They rank seventh in rushing yards allowed, and
You
rank
said Oklahoma. Who did you mean?
or sorry, Texas. I
Yeah.
meant Texas. Texas is seventh in rushing yards allowed and 24th in points allowed.
Yeah.
Only allowing 20 points per game. Um, so I'm gonna hop on board with a Texas upset
Whew.
in Austin.
I like it. Yeah. Also, like a big thing that, kind of gave me the extra push to go for Texas in this one is the fact that they're at home.
Yes.
And that is one of those places where that's not like a small home field advantage.
No, it's not. It's huge.
Yeah.
Like if this game was played in A&M, I would totally be on A&M
Yeah.
side because of that home field
That's
advantage.
true. These are both teams with huge
Yes.
Home field advantages. Kyle Field and being out there in Texas. But I mean, dude, just having Matthew McConaughey on the sideline, having Bevo running around in there. I mean, dude, that's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, the atmosphere will be crazy.
And man, what a huge win this would be for Arch.
Yes, it would be. So
also, I was talking to somebody recently who had talked about Arch. Is he going to stay at Texas? Yeah, I think he stays for all 4 years.
Yeah.
He's a redshirt sophomore, so he's got plenty of eligibility, plenty of time to play football, and I think that he's probably going to play all of his college ball at Texas.
Yeah, I mean, why like there's not a lot of places that's better to play than Texas right now. I mean, that's a crazy, obviously one of the best states to play in. I mean,
all the recruiting talent is super close. He's going to have good teams around him. He's going to have good O-lines. Now, this year, the major problem is that he has not had a line.
Yeah, the line has been really bad this year.
I don't see a world in which Sarkisian doesn't address that in the offseason.
Yes.
He's not dumb. He knows football. I think that he will address that and get him a complementary football team that adds to his already present assets. So, but yeah, I like Texas here.
I like Texas too.
Okay,
I think it'll be a fun matchup.
I'm glad we're on the same page here. Moving on, we have a major rivalry, something that has been around for numerous generations. What's this one called again? It's something about the bucket, right?
Which game is this? Sorry.
Ohio State and Michigan.
That's the game. That's just what it's called.
Is it just called the game?
That's the game.
Okay. I thought it had a name for the rivalry.
I can look and see.
I thought it had something to do with a bucket.
Yeah, just the game.
Wow. Okay.
The most commonly recognized game to a lot of people.
Wow. Okay. Well, the game. We've got Ohio State favored by 9.5 at Michigan. They're in the big house.
Yes, and
that's another one with a huge home field advantage.
Yes, it is. And we got which Ohio State is maybe accustomed to the cold, but I don't know if they're accustomed to Michigan cold. Weather could be a factor in this game, and looking at a team who can run the ball the best, and obviously that's Michigan. With whoever's running back there, honestly, whether it's Justice Haynes, is that his name?
Yep, Justice Haynes, former Alabama running back,
or Jordan Marshall. One explosive running back and one back that will just pound your throat in. Pause.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that and I mean, you can't underestimate Bryce Underwood's threat in the run game.
Yes,
his legs are definitely a factor.
And this will really be Julian Saint's biggest test, I think, in a big environment like this. So this is a tough one. I want to pull for the upset that Michigan could win, but I think there's too many weapons on Ohio State, and I think Michigan's defense it's a very young defense, and with that, I am. This is a game like what's the first game we talked about? Georgia Tech and Georgia, where it's either going to be a Michigan upset or Ohio State comes out and just dominates. I don't think there's going to be a
Yeah,
um,
I don't think there's a whole lot of middle ground in
yeah,
this one
there's not a
either.
lot of middle ground. So for me, I am going to roll with the Buckeyes to win and cover the 9.5.
Yeah, for this one, honestly, I I think the matchup is kind of strange. Just because I think the rushing attack of Michigan is good.
Yeah.
And I really don't think that the run defense of Ohio State is all that impressive. They do have good linebackers, but I feel like their linebackers are like, they're very modern linebackers. And when I say that, I mean their coverage skills are phenomenal, but I
Yeah.
don't think that their run fills are as good as, like, a classic old school linebacker. Like when you think of like a run filling, run stopping linebacker, you think of like Ray Lewis, like these
Yes.
guys that might not have the best coverage skills, but I guarantee they can stop the run.
Yeah.
These Ohio State linebackers are more modern linebackers. They,
They can.
they strike me more as like a Matt Milano.
Yeah.
Like they've
They
got
can
great
get
coverage
out in the
skills.
flats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get out in the flats. They can cover a running back, no problem.
Yeah.
But they might get ran over. Like, it's possible.
Yes.
They're a little bit lighter. I don't know. So for this one, it's hard for me to say. I really think that Ohio State just hasn't been tested all year. And I've told you this since, a couple weeks ago. I think I mentioned, literally, I was like, the first time that we're going to see them tested
Yes.
is at Michigan in that rivalry game. And facing their very first test, I don't think they pass.
Wow.
Give me Michigan.
Give him Michigan.
Go Big Blue.
That's a man. That'd be a real tough. It'd be a real tough loss for Ohio State.
Yeah.
Ryan Day would probably be on the hot seat again. If you can't get past Michigan, getting past Michigan for Ohio State is like,
Georgia getting past Bama.
it's almost just as important, like as a Ohio State coach, getting past Michigan rather than winning the national championship.
Yeah.
So there could be some talks, which there shouldn't. I'm not saying that there should be, but there could possibly be some talks of Ryan Day getting canned again. But he's a great coach. He shouldn't be getting that hate, even if they do lose. He won you guys a national championship.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a great game, though, guys.
Yes.
Yes. If there was one that I would tune into, it's that one. That's a great game.
Yes.
I really think that's a good one to tune into. Next, we have Miami at Pitt. Huge ACC matchup.
Yes.
I don't think that either of these teams have a loss to spare. I'm pretty sure that whoever loses this game is out of contention for the ACC championship.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, for Pittsburgh, if they lose, actually, for either team, if they lose, they need a lot to. Well, hang on, let me retract that. If Miami loses, they're automatically out. There's no chance of them getting in. If Pitt loses, they need a lot of help from other teams to stay alive, because they got that win, or they have the head-to-head against Georgia Tech, so they will be in over them. And then they need SMU to lose, which I think SMU is playing. SMU has a pretty easy game that they should win. So really, it's come down to needing a Virginia Tech win, a Virginia Tech upset over Virginia to stay alive. But yeah, still a big game for both teams. Miami, especially, for staying alive in the college football playoffs. Obviously, we know that they had the head-to-head over Notre Dame, and a lot can happen in championship weekend. So A big game for both teams, like you were saying.
I mean, I just want to call attention to just how much Miami should win this game by. Let me go ahead and read you something real quick. Okay, so Heinchel, right? His passing yards on the season, 1899. Carson Beck, his passing yards on the season, 2,800. Fletcher, his rushing yards on the season, 655. Turner, Pitt running back, his rushing yards on the season, 615. Understandable. That's actually pretty close.
A lot of that came from his last game where he
Yeah.
had 200 yards rushing too.
Yes. Malachi Toney, 844 yards. Johnson, the leading receiver for Pitt, 691 yards. Mesidor, the best or second best edge rusher on that Miami team, 7 sacks. The best on Pitt, 4.5 sacks.
Yeah.
Like if you look at all the numbers, the talent and the caliber of players that Miami has, they should go out here and not only win but dominate Pitt. So if you don't get mad when you're out of the college football playoff, when you're out of the ACC championship, when you're out of everything that you possibly thought that your season could be at the beginning when you had that great of a start. And this game gets lost, I would say that Mario Cristobal is on the chopping block.
Yeah.
Because this is a game that you cannot, should not, would not, could not, any type of not, you should not lose this game. So for that reason, I do have faith that they will come out with the win. I'm going to say Miami, and I'm going to say that they cover.
I'm going to have to lean the other way. Pencil in and Mario Cristobal on the hot seat of Miami. I think that defense is really talented. And I think they pick off, what's his name? Carson. I think they pick off Carson Beck 3 times in this game.
3 picks.
3 picks. And they come out with the win, punch their ticket to the ACC championship game. Yeah, it'd be a massive upset. But I think they can pull it off. It's in Pittsburgh, too, in their home stadium. I think that crowd will be electric.
I don't know, dude. I think you're misunderstanding the fact that Carson Beck has already had his 2 multi-turnover performances for the year, dude. He's all out of those.
He's all out.
Now it's going to be just phenomenal football the rest of the year.
Ooh, they're done. Great. Miami is out of the playoffs.
All right.
If my prediction's right.
I like it.
Of course.
I like it. Okay.
It'll be a fun game, too. I think that will be a fun game.
I think that will be a fun game, but I also think it won't be a fun game. I think Malachi Toney has 775 receiving yards and 956 touchdowns. I think he becomes the greatest receiver of all time.
5 interceptions.
Carson Beck throws 5 interceptions. It doesn't even matter because literally it's Tecmo Bowl. Malachi Toney is just going up and down the field scoring touchdown after touchdown.
Yeah.
But moving on, we've got Oregon favored by 6.5 at Washington. This is a Washington Huskies team that has shown the ability to give teams that are better than them on paper a little bit of a run for their money this season.
Yeah.
We've seen it happen a couple times. Oregon, we've seen, and I was just talking about it earlier, just how consistent they are.
Yes.
This is an Oregon team that makes 7-8 minute 12 play drives look like nothing. Like that looks like routine to them. So I don't know how I feel about this one. I think Oregon has the edge in talent. I think that they have the edge in coaching. But I don't know, man. It's rivalry week. It's so hard to.
I'll sell this one for you. Too much thinking going on. Oregon pulls off the win and the cover. Dan Lanning, one of the best coaches in college football. He's built quietly one of the best defenses in college football. They're ranked 3rd overall in yards per game. They're ranked 3rd in passing, and they rank 8th in scoring, only allowing 15 points per game. So, also rushing, they're top 15 teams. So uh, I don't think they. I don't think they play with their food here. I should say. I think they come out and um, punch. Or sorry, they won't. I guess they can't punch a ticket to the championship game. But I want another
Get a little
team.
bit closer.
This is another team who's playing for a chance to play in the Big Ten championship if things fall their way. If Michigan could upset Ohio State, then
Yeah.
they could be in.
Yeah.
And
Oregon doesn't have too much to worry about because I think that no matter what, they're into the playoff with at least an at-large bid. Because they are one of the top 10 teams at large.
Yeah.
So they don't really have to worry about being a conference champion. As long as they win out, they should be in the playoff. That's really all that they need to be worrying about. It's kind of a similar thing with Bama. If Bama wins out, they're in the playoff. It's not a big deal because not only will that put them in the playoff, as long as they beat Auburn this week, they will also be in the SEC championship.
Yes.
So, but in this one, I agree with you. I think Oregon wins it. I am giving it a Washington cover just because it is rivalry week.
I like it.
They're going to keep it close, I think. Vandy at Tennessee. Man.
Rocky Top, Tennessee.
I don't see Diego Pavia having the same game he just did. I don't see a 480-yard passing performance in this one. This is a really talented secondary of Tennessee. We've talked about it the whole season. They're very, very good, and they have high-dollar defensive backs. These guys are super, super good athletes because they play a lot of man coverage, or that's why they play a lot of man coverage, is because they have the athletes to do it. These are guys that are fast. They have good feet. They have good coverage skills, good ball skills. And I think that Tennessee has the talent on the defensive side of the ball to run with all of these Vanderbilt receivers, because I don't think that Vandy has the most talented receivers in the nation. I don't think that they have all that going for them. Do I think they're good? Yes, absolutely. Like we just talked about Stowers. I think that he's a mismatch guy. I think that if you get Stowers on a linebacker, 8 times out of 10, he's winning that matchup. But Junior Sherrill, some of those other wide receivers that they have, I don't have as much faith in them, and I don't think that they'll be able to beat out these Tennessee defensive backs. Now, on the other side of the ball, like we've talked about before, if Tennessee gets off to a bad start, the thing is, for Tennessee on the offensive side of the ball, either things explode and all of a sudden they're up 28-0 in the first quarter and you don't know what just happened, or all of a sudden they're down 14 and there's almost no way to get into it because that fast-paced offense, that no huddle. I mean, it really just depends. That team goes as they go. Because if that offense is having a great day, if Joey Football is out there slinging it, then they're one of the most dangerous teams in the country.
I didn't even think about this in this matchup. We got 2 JUCO guys starting at quarterback this game. So.
In the SEC.
It
just means more.
Exciting stuff.
But
I think this is once again another one of those games where it's like you wish you could see the first series play out. I think really, if you look at it statistically, you got Tennessee's high-powered offense going up against a Vanderbilt defense that just isn't very good. A lot of it plays right into Tennessee's hands with throwing the ball. Tennessee's offense 4th in the nation and passing yards. Vanderbilt's defense they rank 113th in passing yards allowed per game. So it's tough. It's a tough game.
I don't think the matchup favors Vandy. I'm not going to think about this too much. You've got Tennessee at home. I think that Joey Football is going to have a big performance here. I'm going to take Tennessee plus points because this is a straight pick 'em.
Yeah, I'm a hop on board with. I mean, Tennessee's at home too. It's Neyland Stadium's one of the toughest to play in, and I bet that atmosphere will be electric. on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Saturday afternoon. Vanderbilt's offense just also plays right into Tennessee's hands because Tennessee's, like we were saying, is one of the best passing defenses in college football, and it's with the man coverage, and their D line is able to get pressure, and that's the thing is I think they'll be able to contain Diego Pavia in the pocket to where he can't scramble and extend those plays.
Yeah. Yep. All right. I think that's all that needs to be said about that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on to the Iron Bowl.
The Iron Bowl.
Some would say the biggest rivalry in sports.
Some would say. Maybe not this year.
Yeah.
But you never know.
I think the keys to this matchup, you know what? I'm going to start off with Auburn's keys to a win here. I'm going to give them all the ammo that they possibly need. So, Auburn, what you need to do is have a consistent, safe performance by Ashton Daniels.
Yep.
If he can go out there and play safe football, that will be huge for you guys. So far this season, teams that have lost the turnover margin with Bama have also lost the game.
Yes.
Which that's common. I'm not saying anything.
This is some big brain.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything extraordinary, but you cannot lose the turnover margin with Bama. That being said, also you need to get Coleman involved. Cam Coleman is one of your keys to victory here. If he is not involved, you will not win this ball game. Now, the thing that's tough about that, you're going up against one of the best secondaries in college football. And you really don't have any major second options. Yeah. Cam Coleman is your number one, and that's obvious. Therefore, I don't think that he's going to draw a lot of one-on-one matchups. If he does, take advantage of those, but I think there's going to be a lot of safety help over top with him. Now, you can also take advantage of that. If you can get your tight end on a seam route and get that safety leaning towards Cam Coleman's side, who knows? Maybe you can get some favorable matchups there. But then again, with Bray Hubbard at strong safety, he could take that tight end completely out of play.
Yeah, absolutely.
He could take somebody's head off.
Yeah.
So defensively, that's been the one bright side of your team this year, is that Auburn does have a great defense, especially their run D, which, as a Bama fan, makes me very nervous.
Yes.
Because if we cannot run the ball, we do not typically fare well. The one exception to that this year has been the Georgia game, where the screen game was just out of this world. Yeah. I mean, they schemed a perfect game.
Yeah,
I mean, those screen passes were 100% supplementing the run game, and it was perfect. I mean, the blocking was phenomenal. There were not pre-snap penalties. It was just a well-played game start to finish.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that you guys have the secondary. It's like the complete inverse of your guys' offense. Like, I don't think that you guys have the secondary to keep up with our wide receivers. We're too deep at wide receiver. Sadly, I'm sorry for you guys, right? Actually, I'm not. I hate you. But you guys don't have the horses to run with our wide receiver core. It's just not possible. Now, if you can shut down the run game and make us completely rely on Ty Simpson and his arm, then you're turning this into a coin toss.
Yes.
Because if you get Heisman candidate Ty Simpson, you're done. Yeah, you're toasted. I'm sorry. It's literally game over. But if you get, that young player that he is, where every once in a while he gets a little yippy.
Yeah.
If you get that Ty Simpson, who knows? But
I think that comes down to another key point is if they can put pressure on Ty Simpson and make him throw those errant throws, or even cause Alabama's O-lineman to commit holding penalties, we've seen that Alabama does have a tough time getting put in those situations, and it's not fair for Ty Simpson to have to get themselves out of that situation too.
Yes.
So yeah, Alabama has to play clean football up front. Have to protect Ty Simpson. Obviously, when Ty Simpson has time to throw, he's easily one of the best QBs in college football. But when you force him to, uh, you can force him into a lot of mistakes, bringing pressure up the middle or from the outside. You saw against OU where he threw that pick six, massive turning point in that game.
And I will say there is danger with over pursuing him.
Yes.
If you send guys up on the outside and they over pursue, Ty Simpson is not slow.
No.
He was ranked as like the second best dual threat quarterback in his high school class.
Yeah.
He can run the ball. So I think that his legs will be in play in this.
Oh yeah.
I think that this could be a dangerous game for Auburn. I think that they are now they're also a team with nothing to lose.
Right. And that is a scary team to play is when you are facing a team with nothing to lose.
They've got nothing to lose, and boy, oh boy, does any Auburn team relish the opportunity to go win an Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
That can be the highlight of their season.
Yeah.
You could basically lose out, but if you go and win that Iron Bowl, that's something to hang your hat on.
Success.
So now, on the other side of the ball, let me go to the keys for a win for Bama. Bama, I think that our keys to a win are going to be Yonze Pierre, because if Yonze Pierre can create havoc and just do what he's been doing all season and put Ashton Daniels on the ground or put him in uncomfortable situations, he has not performed well. I don't think Ashton Daniels is an elite quarterback. I think that his legs can come into play, but Bama's really good at keeping mobile quarterbacks contained. We've seen that all season.
Yes.
They did it against Gunnar Stockton. They did it against Diego Pavia. Yes. They did it against Joey Aguilar.
The only time they really struggled was against Lenore Sellers, but he's just a freak.
He's a unicorn. So that's going to be one of the keys. I think another one of the keys on defense is going to be Bray Hubbard. I think that if Bray Hubbard can lay some of these incredibly hard hits that he's been doing all season, he has really been like kind of a lot of people undervalue how much of a momentum builder a massive hit can be. When you see one of your teammates get absolutely laid out by a strong safety that is one of the hardest hitters in the league, that kind of tells you something on offense. You go, okay, well, I'm going to be a little bit worried when I see 18 coming across the middle at me. That's a dangerous player. I think he's going to be one of the keys on defense. Moving on to the offensive side. If we can run the ball, this game is over.
Yeah.
I will say that. If we can run the ball, if you get Daniel Hill chunking you for 5-6 yards of play, the game is over. If you get Jam Miller having some of the explosive runs that we know he can do, I mean, we've seen him break off 50, 60 yarders before. And if he can do that, once again, game is over. Now, if we cannot run the ball, your key to success is going to be Jeremy Bernard. Jeremy Bernard is one of those like Swiss Army knife players. You can send him on an end around. You can give him a little screen. Him with the ball in his hands, he's so electric. He makes guys miss. He breaks tackles. With the ball in his hands, he's one of the more electric players in college football. Also, another X factor is going to be Ryan Williams' hands. That is literally the only questionable part of his game currently in this season. We know he's electric. We know he's a great route runner. We know he has speed. Can he catch the ball? And if he can in this game, that's going to be another dangerous thing for you guys. I think that also Cuevas, our tight end Cuevas, he's dangerous. He is a third down monster. In third down, that is oftentimes a guy that we turn to, and he converts at a great rate. And then obviously same thing I said about Ty Simpson. If Ty Simpson can play the ball that he's capable of,
Yeah.
I don't think that this game is close.
Yeah, I kind of want to see, 'cause I think it comes down to how the Alabama linebackers play. Auburn has a very good running back in, I think Jeremiah Cobb is his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremiah Cobb, explosive running back. So being able to contain him is going to be very huge. And then, like I said, for on the offensive side, it comes down to O line play. Being able to protect Ty Simpson, being able to um, get blocks for Jam Miller is going to be very important, and not committing any holding penalties, because I think that's what it holds Alabama back a lot. I think are those penalties. So those are my two keys of success for Bama.
Yeah. We talked about this a little bit before we hopped on camera. I think that Bama has a tendency to over to overplay, or not overplay, but to go over expectations when there's a low line, and I think that they go under expectations when there's a really high line. Right now, the line is 5.5. I tend to think that this is one of the lines that they will play better than expected. Now, that being said, it is the Iron Bowl. This game is almost always close. There have been some games in the past that have been blowouts on each side.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to root against my Roll Tide. I think the Tide does go in there to Jordan Hare, and I think that they roll. Give me Alabama plus points.
Yeah, I'm rolling on that train as well. Alabama plus points. They solidify themselves into the SEC championship game in the college football playoffs.
All right. We talked that one to death. Let's move on to Clemson at South Carolina. South Carolina favored by 2.5 at home in Columbia. This is another rivalry very similar to the Iron Bowl, where no matter what each team's record is, there's just so much bad blood here that it tends to be a close one.
Yes.
In recent years, Clemson has owned this rivalry. This is not the same Clemson team that we've seen over the past couple of years. I think that Lenoris Sellers has been playing really good. I think that his little brother, Jaden Sellers, has been playing really good. Or is it Jaden or James?
Something. I don't remember. I think it's Jaden.
Okay.
Jaden Sellers.
I think that Nick Harbor is such a big X factor, and I don't think that this Clemson secondary has been playing all that well.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of things that favor South Carolina in this one. And I don't have a lot of faith in this Clemson team. For that reason, I'm going to go South Carolina plus points.
Yeah, I agree. I think South Carolina has played a lot better opponents. Obviously, they've competed very well with some of the top teams in college football. I mean, they put up 31 against A&M.
They kept it close with Bama.
So there's a lot of signs that point towards South Carolina. And for Clemson, we know the fall off they had. Not good for them. And yeah, North Sellers last game at home. I know that atmosphere will also be crazy. So for me, I'm taking a South Carolina win and cover.
Yeah, I think that this is also just an important one for Shane Beamer.
Yes.
I think that if he were to lose this, we would be looking at him very much on the hot seat.
Yeah.
South Carolina fans are loyal. I think that they really do like Shane Beamer, but if you lose the rivalry game, especially in a season where it's a very winnable one.
Yes.
I think that kind of changes how people start to look at you. But moving on from that, we'll go the Egg Bowl.
Yep.
Ole Miss, Mississippi State. Ole Miss favored by 7.5 away. I think, man, Starkville can be a major atmosphere.
Yeah.
I think that, that cowbell can get in people's heads a little bit more than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
This is a good Mississippi State defense. They've been underperforming as of late, but I mean, Ole Miss has done, I think, one of the stupidest things that they could have done in giving Lane Kiffin an ultimatum and telling him that he needs to make his decision. Otherwise, he will not coach the rest of the season. That is so stupid. Why would you, going into like a very important game, a game that could very well decide the rest of your season, like, sure, let's give our head coach a major decision that he has to think about a ton and take away attention from this game.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But I don't think that it's going to make enough of a difference for them to lose this game. I still have a lot of faith in Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of faith in this Ole Miss defense. They've been playing really good. I think that this is a game that Mississippi State could keep close, though.
Really?
I think it is. I think 7.5 is a little bigger line than I would like to see here in rivalry week. But I don't know, man. I just, Ole Miss has mismanaged this situation with Lane Kiffin so bad. I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be surprised if he was gone either. But yeah, this game, I'm not gonna think too much on it. Ole Miss is, I mean, they're a top team for a reason. They have a lot to play for. Another team who could possibly be in the SEC championship game if things fall their way. I think they come out here and I think they win by at least 2 touchdowns in this game.
All right.
I think Kewan Lacey has a big game too.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
This is a good run defense of Mississippi State, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't.
I think they gotta have if they are gonna win, it's gonna be on the back of his run game.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then to finish out our college football slate for the week, we've got Arizona favored by 1.5 at Arizona State.
Yeah.
Is Sam Levitt going to be back for this one?
Sam Levitt's out for the season.
Okay.
He was out for the season.
All right.
He didn't play against Colorado, but their backup came in and against Colorado and had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
He's a senior. Yeah, this is a tough one though. Arizona's really
and very low line, 1.5. I
Yeah.
mean, this is truly a straight up pick 'em.
straight pick 'em.
Arizona's been hot as of late.
Yeah.
I don't. This is one where I'm going to say the same thing. I don't want to think about it too much. This is an Arizona team that has been super hot, and I think that they have an opportunity to come in here and finish off the season strong against their rival, in-state rival, and yeah, give me the Wildcats to keep it wild.
Dang. Yeah, when it comes to rivalry weekend, I just, especially a big rival game like this, sometimes you just gotta go with the home crowd, and I think for me, I'm gonna take the Sun Devils to pull off the win here.
All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, home crowd. Sun Devils have a good roster. They have a good team.
Also, you're talking about Jordan Tyson being the a lot of people's number one wide receiver.
Yeah.
In the league or in this upcoming draft. So,
all right. Well, I don't think we need to talk about that one too much more. That rounds out our picks for college football rivalry week. I think it's going to be a really entertaining week.
Yes.
I could see a lot of these games going either way.
Yes.
And you can see that by the lines. I mean, the biggest line that we have is Georgia Tech, with Georgia being favored by 12.5.
Yeah.
That's the biggest line that we have. And, in the grand scheme of things, that's still not a huge line.
No, not really.
So, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
All right.
Moving on to NFL football. Going to start off with
the weekend of comebacks.
Yeah. Weekend of comebacks. Weekend of some, I think, major underperformers.
Yes.
I think that it's been an interesting NFL week. Obviously, Denver Broncos won the bye.
Got to pull out the blanket.
They won the bye.
The W blanket.
Major win on the bye week. So, starting off with the Thursday night game, Buffalo was favored by 5.5 at Houston, and we all know how that went. Will Anderson was the major difference maker in this game.
Will Anderson, I think they had 8 sacks on Josh Allen. Holy cow! How do you? But this is what we were saying. I was a little nervous because I was saying last week that when the Bills come off a big performance where they put up monster stat lines, huge points, they come back their next game and just look straight up flat. And I don't know if that's coaching. I personally think a lot of it's on coaching. I think I really don't know if Sean McDermott's that guy.
It's hard to say that about a team that has made it to the playoffs in almost every year.
That's the thing, though. Your defensive coach and your in the playoffs, when they get to the Chiefs, they're giving up just monster points. And as defensive coach, you can't be doing that. Is how I think of it. But
I think he's in a tough position because yes, you're right. He is a defensive head coach, but he's a defensive head coach that doesn't really have a great defense, I don't think. I mean,
I think they have a great defense, and I was listening to I didn't know how, I wasn't thinking much of it, but when they were called, I think Tony Romo said it perfectly. I think this Bills defense was built to just beat the Chiefs, and I mean that showed. They were able to really slow down Mahomes, but then you got all these other teams just running all over them, and I mean, Davis Mills had 2 touchdowns. I was thinking that this Bills defense was going to show up, and they didn't really.
Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, Josh Allen threw 2 picks too. Can't really fault him. I mean, he was getting rushed almost all night.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure rate there was crazy.
I think it was 12 QB hits on him.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Also, he was without one of his weapons, Keon Coleman.
Yeah, Keon Coleman was
because he has been not showing up to team meetings on time, which kind of crazy there. I mean, you've made it to the NFL. You're making insane amounts of money, more than anybody could ever dream of.
You haven't really been that guy in the NFL either.
Yeah.
I was expecting a sophomore breakout from him, and it just hasn't been that. So,
I mean, and it's not like you can there's a lot of these wide receivers that can be like, well, I have underperformed my first couple seasons because I'm in a bad situation with a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
That is not the case for you. You've got an MVP caliber quarterback throwing you the ball, and you still have not been able to put up any noticeable numbers. So, I don't know. It's a weird situation with him. I think he is still super talented.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the work ethic situation is there.
Yeah.
And, hard work beats talent every time.
Right.
So also, I think in this one, there were a lot of sacks that Josh Allen didn't have to take. I was also not impressed with how often he was moving backwards in the pocket. Now, yes, he didn't have a clean pocket, and he kind of had to do that on a couple plays, but there were a couple plays where he just tried to extend it way beyond what he needed to. I think that they could have. It still ended up being a fairly close game.
Yeah, 23-16.
Yeah, like there were plays that he could have probably thrown it away and kept them in a better situation, flipped the field, but instead gave up, a 12-yard sack. And you can't be doing that. Not when you're a quarterback that's as good as him. And I know that he knows what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obvious. I mean, he has won the MVP.
Yeah.
He's a good quarterback. He knows how to play the quarterback position. So, but there were just some mistakes that he was making that I thought were uncharacteristic. And I think that's kind of been the story of the season for him, in my opinion. He really, I don't think he's regressed, but he's been making some strange decisions, and I think it's partially because the team around him and some of the calls that have been made.
Yeah.
But that's about all that we have to say there. That's the number one defense in the league. Statistically, obviously, the real best defense in the league is my Denver Broncos. But moving on. Pittsburgh at Chicago. Chicago was favored by 2.5 in this one. We both took Chicago plus points. And that's how it went.
That's how it went. Yeah, they escaped with a 3-point win over the Steelers, and Caleb Williams continues to just improve as a quarterback. He found DJ Moore really with he was really the difference maker, which I don't know what were
our difference makers. You had Rome Odunze and I had DeAndre Swift.
Oh yeah. Kyle Monunga actually led the Bears in carries.
Yeah.
He had a touchdown on the ground, and DJ Moore led the receiving group with 2 touchdowns and 64 yards. Nothing else really. I think the Steelers win if they had Aaron Rodgers back there. Obviously, Mason Rudolph is no Aaron Rodgers. I think that's what it comes down to. The Steelers' leading rusher, though, Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah.
That was a bummer to see.
But, yeah, surprising.
Nothing else really to be said for that game.
Yeah. And then we've got New England at Cincinnati. We both took New England plus points. Obviously, New England does come out with the win. They do not cover.
Yeah, very scary game there. If you're a Pats fan, you would like to see them play better offensively. Couldn't get anything on the ground. They couldn't get anything going on the ground, which was pretty shocking to see. I thought Travion Henderson was going to have another big game. And Drake May. I thought Drake May was going to have a big game too. But in the end, the defense came out and pulled out the stops when they needed to.
Which also, I don't think it was like a phenomenal defensive performance considering all the pieces that Cincinnati is missing.
Yeah.
Especially with, that late injury news with T. Higgins coming out.
Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't up to standard. And it was surprising to see them give up 100 yards. It was over 100 yards rushing for Chase Brown.
Yeah.
That was very surprising to see. But hey, win's a win.
Win's a win, and this New England team keeps stacking those wins. This is a team that you don't want to see down the stretch. They're healthy.
Yes.
They're playing good ball. So yeah, not a whole lot to say there.
Yeah.
Moving on. The Giants at Detroit, one of the games of the week. Man, dude, the Giants
can't pull off any wins in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they keep finding ways to lose games that they have played great.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston, I mean, How about that?
How about that?
Passing touchdown, receiving touchdown. Did he have a rushing touchdown as well?
I don't think he had a rushing
No,
touchdown,
okay.
but he had three passing touchdowns, and then that receiving.
And that
touchdown.
receiving touchdown was like,
That was no joke.
yeah,
He
he
freaking mossed that.
caught the ball, stiff-armed him into
yeah.
the ground, and then tiptoed his way into the end zone.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was very crazy. Not as crazy as Jameer Gibbs' performance though.
55 fantasy points.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Like what? As tough as I was playing against him, so
Yeah.
it happens. Yeah, which I think because I said Jameson Williams would be my difference maker.
You did.
I did, and yeah.
And I actually had Jameer Gibbs as my difference maker, so I'll take a little bit of a dub right there.
A little dub there. Yeah.
219 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 11 receptions for 45 yards and another touchdown. I mean,
what a game.
3 touchdowns and, close to 300 yards of total offense. That is phenomenal. And Jared Goff played pretty well.
Yeah, Jared Goff played well. And this is really just a win that the Lions needed because to stay alive in the NFC North with the Bears winning. And again, we'll get to the Packers winning as well. But yeah, the Lions defense, though, that's very shocking to see them give up 27 points.
Yeah. I will say I think the Lions are back on track, though.
Yes.
I mean, you really think they've kind of ran the gauntlet. They've had some tough matchups recently.
Yeah.
They've had some tough games, and just, I think that they have weathered the storm pretty well. I think that they're in a good position to make it out of their division. Yes. and possibly and definitely I wouldn't even say possibly. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think this is a playoff team.
Very much so.
They've got the talent for it.
Yeah.
If they could also get Sam Laporta back late in the season, that would be a huge come up for them.
Yeah, it would be.
Ultimately, just I think my biggest takeaway here is the Giants are dangerous for 3 quarters.
Yes. And in the fourth quarter, they
shit the bed.
And that just makes me question on why they fired Brian Daboll too.
Yeah.
Now we know it's not a Brian Daboll problem.
Yeah.
I think it's just the team can't get out of their own way.
Yeah. Which this is also a team that has really suffered with, just 2 key injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, if you imagine this team playing as well as they have been, but you add in Malik Neighbors, add in Cam Scatterbo, that's a way different team. And I think that they're going to be in good position to be a really dangerous team next year.
Yes.
It's just, that's tough what they've gone through this season, especially like the morale loss with Cam Scatterbo, because he's like such a big locker room guy.
Oh my gosh!
When you don't have him in the game, hyping your guys up, which he's still on the sideline doing his best, but it's just. It's sad what has happened to that team this year, but a lot of hope for next season. Moving into Minnesota at Green Bay. Green Bay was favored by 6.5. They did end up winning and covering.
Yeah. Dominating defensive performance for the Packers, picking off J.J. McCarthy twice, and just really, they had a lot of. I don't think they had a lot of sacks like the Texans did, but they were up in J.J. McCarthy's face almost that whole game. Which makes me question, how long do you think J.J. McCarthy will have with the Vikings? I mean, we've seen Coach McConnell turn. He made Sam Darnold look very good.
Yeah.
And even Daniel Jones. Yeah. He's now balling out with the Colts. So I don't really
and it comes back to what we said last week about how they mismanaged that quarterback room so much. I don't know what made them think that they had so much faith in J.J. McCarthy that they could let go both of those guys, especially Sam Darnold, who had led you to the playoffs. Yes, he had issues in the playoffs, but he led you there.
Yes.
You cannot just completely discount that. And I don't know. I'm very disappointed in the way that they managed that situation because really, I mean, you look at who it hurts, and that's probably one of the best wide receivers in the league, if not the best, which is our boy
Jay Jettis.
Jay Jettis.
Very sucky.
Yeah, terrible for him. Yeah, I mean that's about all I got to say about this game.
Yeah, me too.
Moving on, you got Seattle favored by 13.5 at Tennessee. They won, but they did not cover.
Yeah, Seattle came out and put up really their best game of the season so far.
I think that Tennessee did though too. I think that that's probably the best.
Sorry, I meant Tennessee.
Yeah,
I meant Tennessee came out, played their best game.
I was about to say I don't think Seattle really had the best game that they could have possibly had.
I was expecting Seattle's defense to really play a lot better, honestly, especially after that loss to the Rams. But which, granted, one of those was a punt return touchdown, which was very impressive, 90-yard punt return.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was expecting Seahawks defense to perform a lot better, but obviously that boy JSN, offensive player of the year, most likely, was 8 receptions for like 170 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 37-point fantasy performance.
Just
another
crazy.
Guy that went crazy. Yeah, I mean, not a whole lot to say there.
Yeah.
Seattle is. It's a shame that Seattle's in the division that they're in because I mean I think that you put them somewhere else. You put them maybe in the I don't know, NFC South.
NFC South, NFC South they'd be second. NFC East they'd be
second because the Eagles.
Yes, NFC South they would be. Who is the NFC South? Let me think.
Falcons, Saints.
Yes, NFC South they'd easily be number 1 team.
Yeah, so just I think that that's a good team that is in a good division, and so that's tough for them. But yeah, I mean, not a whole lot to say there. Another Seattle win. If they keep stacking them, they're going to be a team that we'll most likely see in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they've just got a juggernaut in their division in the Rams. Now, if they can split that season series, and go on and beat the Rams, that would be huge.
That would be huge.
So yeah, but another game of the week here, Indianapolis at Kansas City. Kansas City was favored by 3.5. Sadly, they did end up getting the win there. They are still 6-5 on the season, so. The more times I hear that Kansas City is still a dangerous team, it drives me insane. They're just above 500, and I mean this game could have easily went the other way.
It could have. Colts. It was Colts only put up like 5 yards in the fourth quarter, and I think that's why. Like, I do still think the Chiefs are a scary team. Like, I think that defense really came alive in the fourth quarter, obviously, but really in the second half in general. Just really doing what they needed to do. They finally put pressure on Daniel Jones, and we saw what happens when you put pressure on him. He's not the accurate quarterback that he is when he has time to throw. Also, what I said was I was nervous about was Jonathan Taylor rushing. The Chiefs were able to hold him to like 50 yards or something, and that was my one of my big keys to the game for a Chiefs win was containing Jonathan Taylor. And another reason why I think he should still be an MVP favorite is Jonathan Taylor, because we see what happens when he takes over games versus when he doesn't. Like, it's a whole different team when he doesn't control the game. But yeah, tough loss for the Colts, and it was a good win for the Chiefs, I will say.
Yes. Moving on from that, the Jets at Baltimore. Baltimore favored by 13.5. They did win. They did not cover, though. Great game by Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Also, there was a key fumble by Breece Hall in the red zone.
Yes.
I believe it was on like the 3-yard line. So anytime that you give up a possession where you have guaranteed points, at
Yeah.
least a field goal.
Yeah.
That's always tough, and that's gonna be a deciding factor.
Yes.
But yeah, Derrick Henry played well. The whole team played well. I did have Derrick Henry as my difference maker, so happy about that one.
Good on you. Yeah, Ravens jumped their way up to the number one AFC North team. So
Yep.
I saw it coming. I think a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even when they were, a couple games back,
Yeah.
they were still the odds-on favorite.
Yeah.
So it's just it tells you how much faith people have in the fact that, I mean, when you have the rushing attack that they do
Yeah.
with Derrick Henry, with Lamar Jackson, with their fullback Juszczyk,
It's Ricard.
Ricard.
Yeah.
Yep. When you've got that tandem back there, that's dangerous.
Yes, it is.
Not a whole lot more to say about this one.
Yeah.
Cleveland at Vegas. Vegas favored by 3.5. Cleveland did end up winning, and Quinshon Judkins had a great game.
Yes.
Shedeur Sanders showed out and showed the reason why he should be the number one in Cleveland. He made throws in that game that I don't think that Dylan Gabriel is making in his wildest dreams. I don't know. I think that this was a turning point in this season when you have a team leader like Myles Garrett coming in the post-game press conference and letting it be known that his opinion is that Shedeur Sanders deserves that starting spot.
Yeah, which I think it was already confirmed that Shedeur will be starting against the 49ers this upcoming weekend. So, yeah, it was a great game by Judkins and a good performance by Shedeur. I mean, he kept it clean. I think he only threw one pick. But yeah, I mean, very clean football. And the first Browns rookie QB to win since like 1995 or something. So,
yes. In his first start, yeah.
It's against the Raiders. So, like, let's not be. I'm not fully ready to jump on the train yet, but it was a start for me to get my foot wet in the Shedeur hype.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Raiders, they did fire Coach Brian Kelly. Thank goodness.
Huh?
Or Chip Kelly, not Brian Kelly. Chip Kelly. He's gone as the Raiders coordinator, and hopefully whoever's calling plays will really tap into Ashton Genty's potential.
Yes.
As well as Brock Bowers. I still think it's crazy that Brock Bowers is not the leading receiver of that team.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got to say about the Raiders.
Yep. Moving into Jacksonville at Arizona. Jacksonville favored by 2.5. Jacksonville went out there and had a decent performance. I think that other than the pick six, that was kind of, not necessarily a pick six. Like it was more like a forward fumble directly into the hands of a D lineman.
That's an unfortunate situation, and just happens to sometimes the ball just finds a random defensive player's hands sometimes. So
and that one, I don't think you can fault Trevor Lawrence in that pick. I mean, he was getting hit. He was trying to get rid of it, and it ended up turning into points for Arizona, but they still come out with the win.
My difference maker, Travis Etienne, he goes for 15 rushes for like 90 yards, and then he gets a receiving touchdown.
Yep.
It was a good game for all the receivers. Jacoby Myers gets a receiving touchdown, and Parker Washington gets a touchdown. So, good win for the Jags.
Yeah. Yep. Moving into Philadelphia at Dallas. I did have Dallas winning this one, and I had Pickens as my difference maker, which I believe that
2 for 2 on that.
Yeah.
George Pickens was a monster in that game. It's like 9 receptions for 170 yards.
And a touchdown.
Yep. Eagles just, completely fell off that second half.
Which Dak Prescott continues his dominance of NFC East opponents at home.
Yeah.
I believe that he is 17-1 now
Wow.
against NFC opponents or NFC East opponents at home. He owns that conference at home.
Yeah.
Dak at home is like MVP caliber.
Yeah. That's crazy.
He just loves that AT&T Dome.
He does love that Jerry
World.
Jerry World. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with the Eagles. I mean, a lot of a big special teams play when the Cowboys had to punt, they punted off, and I don't know if you guys could probably see the highlights, but this one of the shotgun or
One of the gunners.
one of the gunners, he's getting like bullied, like he's getting pushed around, and
I mean, he was on the ground at one point.
he was on the ground like 2 or 3 times. Yeah. He continues down there, and I don't remember if he makes. I don't think he makes the hit, but
I do believe he actually made the
he
hit
did
to
make
force
the
the
hit.
fumble.
He either made the hit or he's the one who recovered the fumble.
He made the hit to force the fumble, and then I think it was
the
punter that recovered it.
Maybe. It was just a great play and a big turning point in that game, I believe.
Talk about just relentless effort and a huge hustle play.
Yes.
For that special teams unit, as well as Saquon had a pivotal fumble.
Yes, Saquon
late in the game.
Yeah.
And obviously no hate on Saquon there. That is uncharacteristic of him. He is usually good with ball security.
Yeah.
So and I don't think that this is like any time to worry for the Eagles.
Not.
They're still, in the driver's seat of that division.
Yeah, they still control that division.
Yeah. So just good team. Nothing to worry about there.
Yeah.
But Dallas is certainly chipping away.
Yeah. Staying alive.
Yep.
In the playoff race.
Yes. Atlanta at New Orleans. New Orleans was favored by 1.5. Yeah, I think this game went exactly how I saw it. Atlanta wins. I think Kirk Cousins is still the quarterback that you can rely on.
Yeah, very good. Very solid backup QB to have in your locker room.
He might not win you a game single-handedly, but he will certainly keep you in a game. I believe that he goes for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception in that game. Darnell Mooney had a good game.
Yeah.
Bijan had a good game. You did have him as your difference maker.
Yeah.
If they can stay alive with Kirk, I think that's that's a good.
NFC South is really completely wide open now.
Yeah.
Same ones, a division to win.
Yeah, and that's huge, getting a win over a divisional rival.
Yeah.
So, good on them doing it, especially on the road.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes.
Then moving into Tampa Bay at the Rams. Rams favored by 7.5. And man, they should have been favored by 14.
By 14.
Yeah.
I thought the Bucs would turn around this game. Thought they could pull off the upset, but Matthew Stafford, obviously clear MVP favorite right now. He's like 30 touchdowns to just 2 picks or something crazy like that. And yeah, just couldn't stop the wide receiver. I forget what Zion McCollum. He was getting torched all night. It was not a good look for him.
Yeah, and this is a time to worry. The alarms are going off if I'm a Tampa Bay fan.
Yes.
Because, man, Baker looks like he is hurt. I believe that the news has just broke. It is a sprained AC joint. I do think it's his non-throwing arm.
It is his non-throwing arm.
So, he can still play, but, man, who do they even have as backup?
Teddy Bridgewater.
You don't want Teddy Two Gloves stepping in there.
Yeah.
No hate on you, but I don't think that is a winning formula right there.
Yeah.
Not really much else to say on this one.
Yeah.
Moving into what? You got some?
Oh, no.
Okay. Moving into Carolina at San Fran. San Fran
that
favored by.
Yet.
Oh, indeed. Happens tonight.
Forget
we're on Monday right now.
We are live on a Monday.
Man, if that pick could come through, Diamador Lenore,
That'd be crazy.
just picks off that boy Brock Purdy
Brock.
just 17 and a half times.
Wait, no. Brock Purdy and Arizona on the same team.
Yep. I don't know what I'm saying.
It's a Monday.
Picks off Bryce Young 17 and a half times.
Yeah.
35 scores.
That'd be crazy.
Best defensive player of all time in one season.
Yeah.
In one game.
Yeah.
But no, I don't imagine that'll happen.
It's the CMAC Bowl, they're calling it. Christian McCaffrey Bowl.
I do have San Fran plus points in this one. You have San Fran with a Carolina cover. I believe that's just coming off of the fact that, Carolina did just have a great performance. Bryce Young coming off of a career performance.
Yeah.
I think that there's two ways that this goes. Either he strings a couple great games together or he has a little bit of a fall off. But either way, I mean, both talented teams. It is a good Carolina defense. So definitely something to look out for. Christian McCaffrey, if you could rush for less than 50 yards and no touchdowns, I would greatly appreciate it.
Well, I think he's my difference maker.
Yeah, he is your difference maker.
So if you could drop 300 yards total, that'd be lovely.
Please don't do that. I'll lose by 900. But yeah, I think that'll be a good game tonight.
Yeah.
All right, moving into this week's NFL slate.
We got Thanksgiving football.
Yes, sir. Starting off, we've got the Packers at the Lions. Lions favored by 2.5.
Man, he's starting off with a tough game.
I don't think that this one is as hard as we could make it by thinking about it too much. I think that the Packers D is good. I also think that the Lions D is pretty good. I think the Packers offense is not nearly the caliber of the Lions offense.
Definitely not.
And I think that if there's a way that the Packers win this, it's with Micah Parsons having a career day.
The Packers have to have a game like they did the first time against the Lions, where it was just straight getting after Jared Goff and wrecking havoc.
And we have seen when he doesn't have time, it is not good. I mean, we saw it with the Eagles.
Yeah.
They were batting down passes. It was a consistent pressure on Jared Goff.
Yeah.
And we saw how they fared in that matchup. I mean, even with that, they kept it somewhat close.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in this one, I don't think I'm going to think about it too much. I think this is Lions plus points.
This game is in Detroit, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the Lions offense has just been way better and way more consistent than what the Packers have. So, who's your difference maker?
Demo. I'm taking David Montgomery.
Really? All right. I'd take the Lions to win too. I think they win and cover the spread. And I think my difference maker will be Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay. I like that. I think this is a good chance for man, you know what? I would have liked you to run it back on that J. Will pick, because if there's any week that their receivers could go off, it's definitely this one. I mean, I don't think that the secondary of Green Bay is super strong.
I think I gave him bad juju last time, though.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, yeah, I like the look of this for the Lions. I think that, Jahmyr Gibbs has been insane. That tandem of Sonic and Knuckles. I'd really like you to just take some tips from the Falcons, and how about use Jahmyr Gibbs to get you into the red zone, but then every single time just punch it in with Demo. That would be great for me. So, but moving into Chiefs at the Cowboys. Chiefs favored by 3.5. Man, I'm not really torn here, because I'm going to stick with what I just said. I just had a take talking about how at home Dak just turns into a different guy. He's got good weapons. I don't think that the Chiefs secondary is all that great. I think that their D line and their linebackers are where they really shine. And I don't think that the Cowboys need to rely on the run game all that much to win this. I think that if you can get George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb going, that will be enough to win this. I do think it'll be a close game, but seeing as the line is 3.5, and I'm already picking the Cowboys, I'm just going Cowboys straight up.
Yeah, two of probably the most hated teams in the NFL.
Yeah, easily
going against each other. I think it just Chiefs defense is a lot better than the Cowboys. I mean, CeeDee Lamb's gonna have first off, he's going to have a lot better game than what he did last night.
Yes.
Or sorry, not last night, but last evening, just the evening. A lot of big drops by him. But I just think about how the Chiefs defense was able to step up against the Colts, who have one of the best offenses in the NFL, and just how they were able to stop him a lot. In they gave him, it was the first time the Colts had been stopped in the red zone in like 37 straight games or something like that.
Yeah.
So for me, I am taking the Chiefs win. I'm calling the Chiefs. Holy cow! I'm taking the Chiefs to win. And I think the difference maker will be. Who do I take?
You're going plus points on this one, right? It is 3.5.
Is in favor of the Chiefs?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Chiefs win the cut and cover. I think it's on the back of crazy pick here, but I'm going Drew Tranquil.
Okay, I don't think that's that crazy at all. You know who I thought you were going to go? I thought you were going to do Leo Chenal. Yeah.
That would be another good one.
But I don't hate Drew Tranquil. For the Cowboys, I think that my difference maker. What?
I forgot you didn't make your pick.
Yeah, for the Cowboys, I'm going to say that my difference maker is, Dak at home. Yeah. I think that he has a good performance here. And Dak, I do like that they have a veteran quarterback in there that doesn't get rattled. Yeah. Like Dak, I've seen him have bad games, and he's still really he doesn't seem like it gets to him very much.
Yeah.
And against the Chiefs, you need somebody that's not going to let the moment be too big.
Yes.
And Dak, to me, at least in the regular season, is one of those guys.
Yeah, and I think that's what the Chiefs are able to do very well is rattle the opposing team's QBs.
Yes.
Especially at home, one turnover and all of a sudden it just flips the script. Unless if it, like you're saying it, unless if it is a veteran QB who's able to flush it quickly and move on.
Yeah.
But that'll be an exciting game.
Yeah. Moving into a divisional rivalry, we've got the Bengals at the Ravens. Ravens favored by 7.5. Is Jamar Chase suspended for this game as well?
No, Jamar Chase will be back.
Okay, just a one-game suspension?
Just a one game, yeah.
Okay. So, Jamar Chase being back, however, T. Higgins is now out.
Yeah.
I don't know what the extent of his injury is. I know it was a leg injury. So with any receiver with a leg injury, I imagine that they're going to probably sit him. Now, this is an important game for both teams.
Yeah.
I don't think that the Bengals have much hope left. Is this going to be the return of Joe Burrow?
Possibly. Could possibly.
He was questionable last week. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in this week.
We could possibly see the return of Joe Burrow here. Yeah, I think it's just the Ravens, or the Bengals defense is, just obviously they sold a lot of pieces, and I don't think they have the defense to contend with the Ravens. I could see another dominating game by Derrick Henry. but my difference maker will be still going with Lamar Jackson.
So you're going Ravens?
Yeah,
Okay.
going Ravens winning. What is the spread?
7.5.
Give me a Bengals cover. I'm
Okay.
gonna take a Bengals cover, but Ravens win.
I'm gonna, this is hot take of the week, but this could be a full point for me if I get it. So I'm going Bengals. And I do actually, I'm pretty sure that Joe Burrow is making his return.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do Burrow as my difference maker. I think that with him, this is a whole different team.
Yeah.
It's a lot like, when the Ravens were without Lamar and then Lamar came back, it was just a different team.
Yeah.
A whole different look that they had.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing kind of happens whenever you have Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Let's just hope his line can keep him upright.
Yeah. Yeah. That's if he gets hurt again, man, he has been not available, I feel like, in his career more than he has been there.
Yeah.
You think that's a crazy take? I think Joe Burrow's been out so much. He had the wrist injury.
Yeah. No, it's been a lot.
He had a knee injury, right?
Yeah.
And then now the turf toe has kept him out for the majority of this season.
Yeah.
Like he's been out a ton. He's a very injury prone quarterback. And I don't think it's completely his fault. I think that you're right. His line fails a lot to keep him upright.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still a great quarterback.
Yes, absolutely.
There's a reason why he makes the money that he does.
Yes.
There's a reason why he's already been to the Super Bowl. He's only been in the league for 4 years, 5 years.
5 years, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. If he makes his return though, I imagine that he is going to be fired up.
It will be an electric game if he is back.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an electric game regardless, but yeah.
Okay. Bears at the Eagles. Eagles favored by 7.5. I think that line is way too high.
Yeah, I think
this should be a 2.5, maybe even 1.5 game.
Nah, I don't think it'd be that low. I think the Eagles coming off a tough loss to the Cowboys. I think they come back, and I think they come back with a win here. I think they win in. I'm gonna go for a hot take. I think they win in dominating fashion. They win by at least 10 points.
Really?
I think they play a whole 4 quarters, and I think their defense is gonna. I don't think Chicago will be able to do anything on offense. So I'm taking Eagles win and cover, and my difference maker will actually be Saquon Barkley. I think he bounces back too in this game.
You think he makes up for that fumble?
Yeah.
All right, I don't mind it. I see it the exact opposite way. I think that the Bears win this one, and I think it's a signature win for Caleb Williams. A lot of the issues that Eagles team created for the Lions, a lot of that is due to the fact that when you rush a quarterback like Jared Goff, he doesn't really have any extra options. Like, he's not mobile. His legs are not a factor. Versus Caleb Williams, it's quite the opposite. He can make magic with his legs. He can extend plays, and he's got a decent wide receiver core. He's got 2 pretty decent running backs. And the Bears defense is no slouch.
No, they're not.
I think that this is a sneaky matchup for the Bears. I think this really does end up being a signature win for Caleb Williams. I think this is the season when we look back and go, man, that's the year that Caleb Williams turned into a monster when he really took the league by storm. I have a lot of faith in Caleb Williams. I have ever since I watched that Hard Knocks with the Bears, and saw his first offseason camp. I think that he's not quite the prima donna that everybody thought he was,
Yeah.
like this guy that just, thinks that he's the greatest in the world. I think that he is a little cocky, but I think that he's got a reason for it because, and I think he's proven it this
Yeah.
year.
No, I'm still a big fan of Caleb Williams, and I've liked how well he's. I really wanted to um get him in fantasy this year, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Williams. Even after this game, um, which I think the Eagles will dominate, I'm still gonna be a big fan of him. I won't change my mind on him,
Yeah.
but yeah, just gotta roll with the Eags.
Yeah. Yep. Super Bowl champs. All right. Moving into Niners at Browns. Niners favored by 6.5. Um, man, this one, I think, with the Niners defense as beat up as they have been this season, and without Fred Warner against a team with a good running back in Quinshon Judkins, as well as a quarterback who looks to be at least serviceable.
Yes.
I think the Niners win. However, I do think that the Browns cover. And I think that the player of the game is going to be George Kittle.
I like that. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know why I'm just envisioning this game just being such a snooze fest of a game.
Really?
I see it being like super low scoring. Um, like I'm talking maybe if we're lucky a 2017 ball game.
I mean, this is a really good Browns defense. I mean, you've got
Yeah,
Denzel Ward, you've got Myles Garrett.
I wouldn't be shocked if this was like a 14-10 ball game or
Really?
something ugly. And I'm gonna take the Niners to win as well, and I will take a Browns cover.
Okay.
I think my difference maker will be um, give me Ricky Pearsall.
Okay.
I think he finds the end zone in this game.
All right. I like that. Moving into Jags at Titans. Jags favored by 6.5. The Jags have been playing really good.
Yeah.
I think the Jags are definitely a team to watch. I think the Titans just had their best performance of the year.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they're going to do it twice. I also think that this Jaguars team is a matchup nightmare for the Titans. I don't think that the Titans' run defense is all that good.
Yeah.
They've got a good running back and a running quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't think that their secondary is all that good. They've got a couple of good wide receivers. I think on the other side of the ball, the Jags' defense is pretty good.
Yeah.
And they do have some defensive backs and linebackers that can create issues for a quarterback. And we have seen that Cam Ward has not performed up to his standard. I see a Jags win and cover here.
Yeah, it was I don't know why I'm feeling a Titan upset here.
Really?
I think I don't know why. It's just maybe that's I just think of that game against the Seahawks. I mean, Seahawks are one of the best. Like they have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and they're able to put up 23 points against them.
So you think maybe the Titans' offense is coming alive?
I think they could.
I don't hate that take.
Or they could completely fall back down to the face of the earth after just having their best game. But you know what? Give me a Titans upset.
Wow.
And I think the difference maker will be Cam Ward.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's a bold take.
Titans get their second win of the season and in a division game too, which is it's always a division rivalries are always a game where things can go completely haywire.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that my difference maker in this one is going to be BTJ.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Moving on to Texans at the Colts. Colts favored by 4.5. I think that Vegas knows something here.
Yeah,
The Colts really have to run the gauntlet in these next couple weeks. I think that the Texans defense is a really good matchup against this Colts offense. We've seen what happens when the run game is stopped. When
yeah,
Jonathan Taylor can't get started,
yeah,
this team doesn't get started. And, it happened against the Steelers. It happened against the Chiefs. And, I think it happens again right here. I think that the Colts lose one to the Texans. And, I think that my difference maker is going to be Daniil Hunter.
nice. Uh, yeah, CJ Stroud's coming back this game. That could also be a difference maker for him. Um, even if not, if he is out again, Davis Mills has been a very serviceable quarterback in that lineup. Um, yeah, I don't see how I think Texans are one of the best defenses in the NFL. Um, I think uh, I think it's going to be really hard for this Colts team to bounce back right away after that tough loss to KC. And I think the Bills are riding the momentum, and I think they continue that momentum and they pull off the win against the Colts. And my difference maker will be um, I'm gonna go Derek Stingley as my
Ooh,
difference maker.
I thought you were going to go offense.
Nah, something to be noted though is that I haven't been impressed so far with the Sauce Gardner on the Colts.
No.
I think it's been kind of disappointing
Yeah,
to
I
see.
think it's more of the same of what was happening
Yeah,
in New York. I don't think that he was having a great season there,
yeah,
which we spoke about the fact that I think part of that might just be because teams don't throw at him very often.
yeah,
Um, you know, in this one, I think that he will probably be matched up with Nico
Nico.
Collins
Yeah,
for a lot of the game just because of his size. Sauce Gardner is a big corner,
yes,
and Nico Collins is a big receiver.
yeah,
I think that they're going to try to make the most of that matchup and try to put big on big. Um, and I don't know, man. Nico Collins is a contested catch king. Like
yes,
he can go up and get a ball. I have no doubt about that.
yeah,
I think that he wins that matchup, and I don't think that this Texans team has been a complete slouch on offense.
yeah,
They haven't been great, but they haven't been horrible. Um, their running backs are performing pretty well.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that this is a very winnable game for them.
I agree.
And it's crazy because like earlier in the season, I would have never said that about a Colts matchup
Yeah,
where it's like, oh yeah, this is a very winnable game for the other team. Right here, I mean, I like this matchup for the
yeah, I
Texans.
do too. I think this could be another like close game too. I think Vegas knows something with the line as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a low line, and yeah, I can see this being like a honestly a 23-20 ball game.
yeah. All right, moving on to the Saints at the Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 6.5. The Saints have looked absolutely lifeless, and the Dolphins have not. The Dolphins have kind of sparked something, it seems,
Yeah,
and they're at home. I'm not going to think about this one too much. I think this is Dolphins plus points,
yeah,
um, and I think that I have been ignoring this guy too much. I have not picked him so far. I'm going Achan as my difference maker.
Yeah, yeah, I think you gotta. Yeah, no, I feel the same way. Not a lot to really think about here. Um, I think the Dolphins, like Mike McDaniel's and the Dolphins, are really playing for a lot more than what the Saints are. I think the Dolphins win and cover. Was it for three and a half,
6.5.
6.5? Yeah, I think the Dolphins win and cover. Um, I mean, I'm gonna pick Achan. Like, I do think Achan will be that a difference maker.
I mean, we can have the same difference maker if that's what you believe.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go to the defensive side of the ball and say Minka Fitzpatrick be a
Oh,
difference maker.
former Bama
Former
man.
Bama.
I like that. All right. Moving into the Falcons at the Jets. Falcons favored by 2.5. I think that's a really low line for a good defense. I don't know if I'd say good. I'd say for at least an average defense and what has looked like a pretty explosive offense for most of the year,
Yeah.
mostly due to the fact that they have, in my opinion, the most versatile offensive player in the league with Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
His ability to receive out of the backfield has made such a difference. His, his quick cuts, his elite agility, everything has made him such a X factor on the field. Also, the fact that Kirk Cousins is playing good
Yeah.
should be very worrisome for the Jets, especially with all the pieces that they've lost on defense.
Yeah.
Quinnen Williams was one of their number one run stoppers, and they're going up against a team that can run the ball very well with Algier and Bijan Robinson. So for this one, I mean, it is a straight up pick 'em, but it doesn't matter for me because I'm going Falcons plus points.
Yeah, I agree. It's another pretty easy pick here. I think the Falcons win. I think they're getting Drake London back this weekend.
Oh, if that's the
Um,
case, then I really, really like this matchup for
yeah,
them.
yeah. I don't think they have a. I don't think they'll have. I don't even think they have a cornerback who can really contain him.
No.
So I'm picking the Falcons win and cover on the back of Drake London.
Yeah, I think my difference maker in this one is going to be, man, I'm just trying to like will this into existence. Kyle Pitts, have a good game. Please.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts, for once in your life, have a good game. I really would like that from you. Please. But yeah, Kyle Pitts. I think that
Nice.
he has it in him.
He does. He does.
He just needs to go out and do it. Cardinals at Buccaneers. Buccaneers only favored by 2.5 at home.
Yeah.
Man, this one, I mean, I'm still very impressed with the old Jacoby Brisket,
Yeah.
old Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah.
He is playing good ball. Really, this Cardinals team has looked a lot different with him at the helm.
Yeah.
Now, this is a Buccaneers team with a beat up Baker Mayfield. They do have a great offense. They're a good team. Their defense is good. But man, they're going through it right now. They're in like a little bit of a midseason slump,
Yeah.
and I do think that continues here. I haven't picked against them in the past couple weeks. I'm not picking against them again. Give me the Cardinals, and as my difference maker, give me that boy, Jacoby Brisket.
Yeah. I finally see. I mean, I know I thought they'd do it last weekend, but I think if this is a very pivotal point here for the Buccaneers, and I think they finally uh, break out of the slump they're in. I think they get the win and cover the spread, and I think it's I think they have Bucky Irving coming back, um, and if they do get him back, I still take my difference maker to be
Mecca
Emeka
Abuga.
Ibuka.
I like it. I mean, he's been so good. There's no reason to
Yeah,
change, that as your difference maker. He
yeah,
is. He's already a top receiver in the league, and it's so early in his career.
yes,
Um, the only thing that I don't like about that is just like having a, beat up Baker, even if it is his non-throwing arm.
yeah,
That still doesn't make you comfortable. He might get rid of the ball a little bit quicker, not
yeah.
trying to get hit, which, not saying that for sure because Baker is a tough quarterback. I don't think he's the type of guy to just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to get rid of it because I'm going to get hit. He's not one of those
No,
guys.
he's not.
But still, I don't like the matchup a whole lot for them. I don't think that it is super favorable.
Yeah,
And that's the reason why I'm sticking with
yeah. I think it'll be
the Falcons.
the Cardinals.
Cardinals, sorry.
Yeah,
Thinking of birds,
yeah.
sorry.
No, I think it'll be it could be a very interesting game. I think.
Yeah, all right. Moving on to the Rams, favored by 10.5 at the Panthers. Until further notice, I will not
Yeah,
pick against the Rams. I'm going Rams plus points here.
yeah,
And I think that my difference maker in this one is going to be Devontae Adams.
yeah. I'm the same. I mean, the Rams are way too way too good to be picking against right now, and they got the MVP Matt Stafford, MVP favorite, I should say, um, at the helm, and until something changes, I can't pick against the Rams either. So I'm picking the Rams to win and cover. Um, yeah, on the back of Matt Stafford.
Yeah, just give him the MVP at this point.
Yeah,
He deserves it. Vikings at Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 8.5.
yeah,
Vikings, just man, I'm not impressed with their performance on either side of the ball. I think that Sam Darnold would like to come in there and show them that they made the wrong decision letting him go.
yeah,
They are favored by 8.5. I take the Seahawks to win. However, I take the Vikings to cover. Um, and I just think, man, this is a really good Seahawks team, and this is a really mediocre Vikings team.
yeah.
Um,
Who's your difference maker?
I think that for my difference maker, I'm going to make it Sam Darnold.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I don't. Uh, until I see JJ McCarthy perform, um, I don't think I think the Seahawks defense is just as talented as Packers. I think the Seahawks win and cover the 8.5. Um, and I think it's on the back of who would I pick against JSN, of course,
All right.
the one of the favorites for Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. Bills favored by 4.5 at the Steelers. Man, this is actually a tough
It
one.
is a tough one, but um,
The Steelers' pass rush has been getting after quarterbacks.
yeah,
They have been really good at stopping the run. Now, with a running back like James Cook, you have to worry about more than the run.
yes,
He's such a danger in the passing game as well. Man, I think the Bills bounce back here.
yeah,
I don't want to go against them. Bills plus points. It is a low line, so I think that they cover that.
yeah,
And my difference maker, And I've had him as my difference maker a lot, but it's just because I believe in him a lot. You know what? I'm going to change it. Because you know what? There's another guy I believe in,
Yeah.
and that's Gabe Davis.
Yep. Yeah, still getting back into the groove of things, but that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Bills also get a bounce back win here. They just seem to really. I mean, that's just kind of the team they are. Is like they'll take a big win, follow it off with a crazy loss that no one sees coming, and then I think they bounce back here. Uh, could they could put up a lot of points potentially.
I think honestly, I don't see a lot of points, but I see this being the part of the season. I think this happens with the Bills a lot. I think this is the part of the season where they correct course and just become consistent again.
Yeah.
Because the Bills are so good when they're consistent. I don't think they're as good when they're like really up and down, like oh, great game, horrible game.
Yes.
I think they have this a lot where, midway through the season, you don't really know what to make of them. And then later in the season, they just become a super consistent juggernaut.
Yeah.
Like the offense is good for 21 points a game, and the defense is, fine at holding another, opposing offense to 17.
Yeah.
And I think that this is where they maybe tie together, 4 or 5 straight. I could see that.
Yeah. I think that could happen. But yeah, I'm taking the Bills win and cover, and I'm gonna go Josh Allen bounce back game here.
All right.
I think he could put up 5 total touchdowns.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you saying? 3 in the air, 2 on the ground? 2 in the air, 3 on the ground.
I could see 4 in the air and then 1 on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good passing game by Josh Allen, you say.
I think so.
One of those to Dalton Kincaid.
One of those Dalton Kincaid.
One of those to Dawson Knox.
One to Gabe Davis.
One to Gabe Davis and one to James Cook.
Oh yeah, James Cook.
I could see Khalil Shakir though
I think
too.
one of those two I think could have.
Yeah.
I'd probably take out Dawson Knox and put in
Khalil Shakir.
Khalil Shakir, and then I think I wouldn't be shocked to see a who's that pass catching running back they always put in? Tyler Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him getting a touchdown too.
I could see that. All right, moving into a divisional matchup, Raiders at Chargers. AFC West matchup, Chargers favored by 9.5. Herbert is healthy and back for this.
Healthy. I think not much needs to be discussed here. Hopefully, Raiders' new office coordinator could make it interesting. I don't know who they're gonna bring in, but yeah, firing 2 coordinators in one season is a tough look. So yeah, I'm taking a Chargers win coming off a bye.
Yeah.
A Chargers win and cover on the back of who do I go with? I think it's going to be on the back of Lad McConkey.
All right. I'll take your Lad McConkey and I'll raise you a Gadsden. Wait. He didn't get injured, did he?
Who?
Gadsden?
No, he's
okay.
He's healthy. I think he got injured, but
minor.
He should be available.
Okay. All right, moving into Broncos at Commanders. Broncos favored by 6.5. For me, this is, I think, pretty obvious here.
Yeah.
I'm going Broncos plus points. And that's not because I don't think that this Commanders team can play. They're so riddled with injuries. And starting quarterback is out. A lot of their defense is, stripped. Terry McLaurin is still out, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, they got the injury bug this year, unfortunately.
And I believe that the Broncos get Pat Surtain back.
Yes, Pat Surtain and someone else from that defense is coming back too. I forgot what big name it was. It could be offense. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think also just
I
the
don't
fact
remember.
that Pat Bryant has been playing so well. I think he's a
Yeah.
great rookie. Bo Nix has been turning it on in the fourth quarter when he really needs to. However, I think this could be a game like the Cowboys game where we see a really complete game from the Broncos. Um, the Commanders, I mean, Marcus Mariota is a decent backup. But I mean, really their only weapon on offense to speak of is Debo Samuel. I think that you're going to see them go his way quite a bit. And then, but yeah, I don't think that they have the firepower to do what they need to do against this Denver defense, especially with a returning Pat Surtain.
Yeah.
I don't know why the line is this low. Maybe Vegas knows something, or maybe they don't. But Pat Surtain returning is a huge, huge deal. So I think Broncos plus points is easy here, and I think that my difference maker, man, I love him so much. He might be my favorite player on this Broncos team. Give me Nick Bonito.
Nice. Yeah, just pretty much what he said. Broncos team is far superior. I'm taking a Broncos winning cover. I'm gonna keep on rolling with him. My guy Troy Franklin. Um, that connection is looking really good. So
Yeah, two college teammates. They know each other well.
yes,
They know what they like, and I mean they really do have a special connection. I think that that's a good pick there.
yeah,
And for our final game of this Sunday's slate, we've got the Giants at the Pats. Pats favored by 7.5. Um, I mean, Pats are at home. Their defense looks great. Their offense looks great. They've got an MVP candidate quarterback. They've got good running backs.
yeah,
And the Giants just love to find ways to lose games.
yeah,
However, they have been keeping it close with a lot of people they have no business keeping it close with.
yeah.
And I think they continue that trend. For me, I see this as a Patriots win and a Giants cover. Ooh, there's a part of me that is like, what if we see a little bit of a flashback to the
The
old
old days,
to the old
old
matchups of the
Super
Giants
Bowls.
and the Patriots, where the Giants just have the Patriots number. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna tap into my heart here. I'm gonna say that the Giants win
Oh
this.
man,
I'm going with a New York Giants win. I think that the New York Football Giants go out there and handle business. And I love the guy. I've been rooting for him. I'm gonna root for him again. Give me famous Jameis. I think he's gonna be eating on some dubs.
yeah. I don't. I'm not feeling it like you are. I think. I think the Patriots are way too dominant, and the Giants are another team that just got the injury bug. Maybe if Cam Scatterbo and um, oh gosh,
Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors were playing, maybe I would fail an upset. But I think the Patriots come out and dominate. They win and cover the spread, and my difference maker will be Giants are just one of the Giants just aren't good at stopping the run. So give me Travion Henderson.
All right.
That's my difference maker.
I like that. I like that a lot. Uh, we're not gonna record it on the paper just because my pen just ran out. However, we are going to do a little
segment. I'm running to the bathroom.
Okay, he's going to the bathroom. I'll explain the segment real quick. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to run through who we think our playoff teams will be for the college football playoff. So we're going back to a little bit of college football action. I know that we bounce around a lot. That's part of this program. So, but it's going to be interesting. Ferg has a way that he wants to go through it. I'm interested in how it's going to work out. Basically, he'll give the first pick, I'll give the second pick, and so on and so forth. And we'll each kind of have our general playoff picture in mind. We'll see how many we agree on. Um, I think I think that there's a lot of possibilities going into this. Um, it's tough to pick them because specifically the reason why I think it's going to be tough to pick them is I just went through like all of my college football picks um, for rivalry week, and if some of my predictions do happen, that would change up the top 10 picture pretty heavily. And so if that top 10 picture does get changed up heavily, then we're going to have to take a much bigger peek at these conference championships because, man, if, say, Michigan were to win, obviously it's still going to be Ohio State in the Big Ten championship. But say that Ohio State loses two in a row, lose to Michigan, and then lose in the Big Ten championship. Do they make the playoff? I mean, two-loss team.
They did definitely make the playoffs.
Yeah, I suppose, but it would change
Because
it
that's
quite a
just
bit.
like we talked about. You got to honor being in a conference championship game.
Yes, you can't punish someone for being in a conference championship, but I mean, you can punish them for losing to a number 18 Michigan.
For sure.
I don't know. There's a lot to deal with here, but you know what, Ferg? I'll give you the first pick here and say, who do you think is your first team in?
My first team in is going to be.
Well, should we go automatic bids first?
Yeah.
Our top four, conference champions.
Let's do our top four conference.
Okay, so let's go Big Ten first.
So yeah, I think the first team in, and obviously from the Big Ten, I think will be. It's got to be Ohio State for me. I think Ohio State goes undefeated. I think they beat Michigan, and then I think they will pull off the win against Indiana. So they're going to be my number one team in.
I could see that. Okay, I see Indiana steamrolling Purdue.
Yep.
And regardless of if Ohio State wins at Michigan, they still will make the Big Ten championship. So, I mean, we're looking at a Ohio State Indiana Big Ten championship no matter what.
Yes.
Man, I don't think that the talent at Indiana is good enough to beat Ohio State. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think that they have great play calling, and I think that they have a phenomenal quarterback. Yeah. I think that, Fernando Mendoza should be the Heisman favorite. Yes. And should ultimately win it. I think he deserves it. I think the way that he has played this season, keeping them in games that they've needed to stay in, I think that final drive and, ultimately getting the win against oh my God, why am I blanking right now? Crazy catch in the end zone.
Oh, Penn State.
Yeah, getting that win against Penn State when, they finally, had to face a true test.
Yeah.
Because, like we said, that Penn State team, that's another team where their roster is still filled with special athletes.
Yes.
Yeah, their record doesn't show it, but they're a good team. They're a talented team. So, I mean, they kept it close there, but ultimately Indiana comes out with the win. I don't think it's the same story. So, yes, I would have to say Ohio State.
Yeah.
All right. Who do you got SEC championship?
SEC championship, I see obviously Bama and A&M, two teams in. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Bama could pull off the win, and I think they would be. I think they'd be the number. Man, this is a tough year for college football playoffs. It's a lot tougher than last year because if even Indiana does lose, there's just a one-loss team, and depending on if they keep it close, I don't see them dropping. to number 3. But man, do I though? I don't know. I think Bama wins the SEC championship.
I think if Bama wins the SEC championship, you're looking at a head-to-head win over Georgia,
Yeah,
which they're in the 5th spot. You're looking at a head-to-head win over A&M, who is currently in the 4th spot. I think
I thought they were in the 3rd.
A&M,
It would be Ohio State, Indiana, and then A&M.
and then who's in the 4th spot?
The 4th spot is the I think Texas Tech is in the 4th spot right now.
Are they really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, either way, I think that would propel Alabama into either the 3rd or 4th spot, 5th at the lowest.
5th at the lowest. I think Bama wins. Yeah, because I think I see Indiana being the 2nd team still.
Yeah.
With a loss, and I would see Alabama being the 3rd team.
Yes.
And
then obviously A&M's record alone gets them into the playoff. They're going to be no matter what in the playoff.
Yeah.
However, a loss in the SEC championship would drop them a couple spots.
Yeah.
Man. So, yeah, I think I agree with you. I think Bama, they go out and win against Auburn, play in the SEC championship. And I think if they're in the SEC championship, man, the confidence would be really high.
Yeah.
I think Kalen DeBoer in his first SEC championship game, I see him going out there and winning it. I mean, you saw that A&M kept it close against a South Carolina team that Bama also kept it close against.
Yeah.
I think, however, Bama's defense is far superior than anything that A&M has faced up until this point.
Yes.
I think that this matchup against Texas will be a pivotal matchup in seeing how they react to a really good defense.
Yes.
Because they have not faced any elite defenses. They're about to. Bama has. I mean, it's been documented. We've gone up against really good defenses.
Yes.
So, man, I think that that sounds about right to me.
Yeah.
Is Bama making it to the SEC championship and then Bama winning the SEC championship and ultimately securing their spot in the college football playoff with one of those conference champion automatic bids.
Yeah.
Okay, moving into the ACC.
Man, this really gets really tough. I think before we do ACC, I think we do the Big 12.
Okay,
I think that's
fine.
A bigger.
It is a better conference.
It's a better conference, and I think there's a bigger situation going on than ACC. Because I don't think ACC has a chance of making it into the top 4. I think how I see it is Texas Tech winning this game. Obviously, they're automatically in the Big 12 championship.
Mm-hmm.
Same with BYU. I think BYU gets a win.
I think barring anything crazy, that's what we're going to see.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to see. And then, man, I know I just don't think it will be I think it will be a closer game, but Texas Tech is just way too talented.
I mean, they've got like $1 billion roster.
They went out and spent the money like they should. I mean, they have every right to, and they built a really great defense. So I would see Tech winning. I think it's going to be a lot closer game than what it was in the regular season. So I think for me, Tech would round out and get the 4th spot in the playoffs.
I think, man, I do put a lot of stock in that saying of the hardest thing to do is beat a team twice in one season. It's so tough because everything that team did wrong, they can go out there and correct it.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about Bear Bachmeier.
Yeah.
So ultimately, I mean, I think I would pick BYU in that conference championship. And if BYU wins that conference championship, you're obviously still getting a Texas Tech team in the playoff.
Yeah. I think if BYU were to win, then I think like A&M would round out and get this 4th spot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the one loss would be in the conference championship as well. So,
yeah. Yeah, so I see that. Okay. Now moving into ACC.
man.
ACC is almost impossible to predict at this point.
Yeah, because, I mean,
Miami's going to be in there.
I mean
they could lose to Pitt.
With how I played it out, I predicted Pitt to win. So for me, it would be Pitt and then Virginia, and I would see Pitt winning that game. And I am very certain that only one team from the ACC will make it into the playoffs. So that would be Pitt, and I think Georgia would get the 5th spot. I think they have the best resume out of teams who are going to be playing, which it comes down to Georgia Tech, of course, which I predicted them to win.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Georgia has the best resume out of teams looking in. So Georgia would be my 5th spot, and I think you give the Big 12 game, either Texas Tech or BYU, the 6th spot. I think, especially if Tech does lose, then I would see Tech being the 6th team or BYU.
Yeah, I could see that.
So I would see the ACC team being the 7th or 8th seed at best, regardless of who it is. Could be SMU too. SMU has a chance as well. But
even with all the chaos and with everything that has happened with the ACC, I still see it being a 2-bid conference. I think I'm sticking with what I predicted. I think Miami wins and makes it into the ACC championship, which even then, with that win, their record and conference record should be enough to get them even an at-large bid.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to punish them for playing in a championship.
Right.
So I think they should get in either way if they win at Pitt.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, that takes Pitt out of ACC championship play.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Unless if,
that eliminates them from ACC championship play.
Would.
And did you say Virginia or Virginia Tech?
It'd be Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I would imagine that then Virginia makes it in.
Yes.
And I don't think Virginia can run with Miami.
Yeah.
So I think Miami wins at Pitt and then wins the ACC championship. Yeah. And in that case, they're in because they're, 4th highest ranked conference champion.
Yes.
And Virginia, they're not going to punish them.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a 2-loss Virginia team.
Yeah.
So I think that they are also in. And from that point on, I mean, you've got the G5.
Yeah.
Which your G5 team
right now would be
Tulane.
Tulane, which they would go in as a 12th seed, obviously.
Yep. And I mean, there's possibility for that not to happen.
Yeah.
Because I think that the most likely thing to happen in my eyes is a Tulane North Texas American Conference Championship.
Yeah.
And in that case, dude, North Texas is good.
They are good. They're very good.
And
they got one of the best coaches.
That's my North Texas Mean Green. And if North Texas can win that, then all of a sudden, I think you got North Texas in.
But I think it also comes down to JMU, because I think JMU is the second favorite.
Yeah, but I don't think that the committee wants JMU in there.
I don't know.
I really don't think they do, because JMU, I don't think they have a chance with competing with anybody in that top 12.
I don't think North Texas, because either way, whoever is in the group of 12 doesn't have a chance at beating Georgia.
Group of 5.
Or group of 5.
Yeah.
Well, whoever's the 12th seed.
12th seed from the group of 5. Yeah, I don't think they have a chance in hell of beating any of the teams in the top 12.
So I don't know.
It doesn't really matter. I don't
doesn't.
care who gets in from
Yeah.
the G5. I think it's stupid that the G5 gets an automatic bid.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that it should be.
Just top teams.
I think it should be top 12.
Yeah, top 12.
If you're in the top 12, you make it into the 12-team playoff. That's
Right.
why it's called the 12-team playoff.
Right.
I think that would be the best way to get the top 12 teams in. Automatic bids are kind of dumb.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
But I mean, then I will say, you're the one thing that you run into with that is then you're going to see teams opting out of conference champions.
Yes,
because that's one more loss possibly.
Yeah.
So
I do think
I get why they do it the way they do, because they still want the relevancy of a conference champion.
Yes.
However, like, dude, top 12 teams need to be in.
Yeah.
That's the only way to make sure that the top 12 teams in the nation play each other, and at the end of the season we get to see who is the best team in college football.
Yeah. I agree.
But okay, all this being said, so now me and you have slightly different conference champions, but that's only because of the ACC.
Yeah.
And I think that it goes number 1, Ohio State. I agree with you there. I think that it goes number 2, Indiana.
Yep.
I agree with you there.
Yep.
I think that it goes number 3, Bama.
Yep.
I agree with you there. I think it goes number 4, A&M.
Yeah.
I think that it goes number 5, Georgia. I think that it goes number 6. The crazy, we haven't factored in Ole Miss to any of this.
Yeah, I think we should. Let's just. Yeah, you just keep on going with your 12.
Yeah.
And I'll do
so
my 12.
5, I think Georgia. 6, I think. I guess Texas Tech. 7, I see being Ole Miss. 8, I would see being BYU. 9, I would see being, based off what I said, I would see being Miami. 10, I guess, I mean, I'd want to put, God, 10 is tough. 10 through 12 are tough. 12 will be the G5 champion. So I like that, whatever. Yeah. But 10 and 11 are where it's like, man, what do you pick here? Because, I mean, it is truly, we are in a era where there are more teams that deserve to be in the playoff than there are playoff spots.
Yeah.
Because realistically, especially if they go and beat Tennessee, Vandy should be in.
Vandy could be in, yeah.
They deserve a spot.
Yeah.
I think this year and probably the next couple years will set the standard for we need a 16-team playoff.
16 or 24, yeah.
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 24-team playoff would be sick.
That would be awesome.
But that being said, I guess 10 and 11, I'd have to go. Oh, my God. It's so tough. 11, Virginia. 10, Oregon.
No, I was very worried that you were going to
leave out Oregon. No.
Okay.
No.
See, all right. So with how I played it out with conference championship winners, 1 is Ohio State, 2 Indiana, 3 Bama, and then 4 A&M. Now my 5th seed, if Tech could pull off a win, I could see them being the 5th seed. So I would have Tech as the 5th seed, and then Georgia would be 6, and then I think my 7th team would be Ole Miss. 8th team would be, I mean, OU. Like, we need to talk about OU. OU is up there right now.
There's a chance that they don't make it, though.
There is a chance.
I'm saying even if they win this week, and then don't get a chance to compete in the college football champion or in the SEC championship. Like
Yeah,
they don't make it.
that's I didn't. Yeah, we never even talked about OU. OU is that would be a real sucky thing for.
Well, I mean, what are they ranked right now? 12?
No, they're ranked eighth now.
Oh, eighth now.
Eighth or seventh.
I don't know, dude.
Um, yeah, obviously group of 12. Uh, with how I played out with Pittsburgh winning the ACC championship, I think they would be the 11th seed, and I think Notre Dame would be the 10th.
Oh, I didn't even talk about Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame would be in the 10th.
Notre Dame deserves it, but they're also independent, dude.
Yeah,
Stop being independent.
Yeah.
Get into a conference and you wouldn't even have this conversation.
Yeah. But I mean, it's hard to not put them in there when their only two losses are to two top ranked teams.
I guess. I mean,
and then
man,
my ninth would be. I didn't say my eighth. My eighth would be Oregon, and my ninth would be. Wait, I got six. I said fifth Texas Tech, sixth Georgia, seventh Ole Miss, eighth would be Oregon, ninth would be ninth would be Notre Dame, 10th would be. I think 10th could. I think if OU wins, 10th would be OU, 11th would be Notre Dame, and then 12th would be the group of five. OU and Notre Dame could be vice versa too.
Yeah. All right, I like your list better because you're right. Like, even if you have Virginia in the ACC championship, and they lose, does their resume put them over OU?
Yeah.
But then again, you're also like talking about now, are you punishing them for playing in a conference championship?
It's tough
because their record would be the same as OU.
Yeah.
But they played in a conference championship and they lost.
That is true.
Like, it would be so hard to say that because
no, you're right.
Why not opt out then?
I would say, I would very much believe that Virginia should be in over OU. But it's hard to say because OU has been like OU beat if we're saying Alabama wins out, then we're saying OU beat the conference championship team.
Who are OU's two losses to?
They're to Ole Miss by a touchdown, which is another top team that we're saying in the
conference
playoffs.
Opponent.
And then we're saying, I think their other loss came to Texas,
conference opponent.
Which is Texas is a tough loss for them, I will say.
And that's two conference opponents. That's the thing right now. And everything that I'm saying is assuming that Bama wins against Auburn. Right. They have to do that.
They do have to be.
That changes everything. If they lose to Auburn, it literally changes the entire playoff picture. However, if Bama wins at Auburn, they only have one conference loss.
Yes.
And if Ole Miss wins at Mississippi State, they only have one conference loss.
Yes.
If Georgia wins at Georgia Tech, they only have one conference loss. So you're telling me you're going to put an Oregon or an Oklahoma team with two conference losses in there? You can't. You can't. And that's what sucks because both of those losses, I believe, came while Mateer was out, right?
Mateer was, or not the Ole Miss one. I think Mateer was back,
but not fully healthy. But either way, it's like it sucks. But they've kind of put themselves in that position.
Yes, it is very sucky. Yeah,
I don't see them making it.
Virginia, no, yeah, that's true. Virginia.
Now, if Bama loses, they make it 100%.
Yeah,
but do they?
That could be interesting.
I don't know if they make it. I don't even know if it's possible.
I don't know.
They would have to get in at large bid, I think.
Yeah,
but then you'd have
they need
to
a lot of things to fall in there.
In that case, you'd have to stack them up against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
You'd have to stack them up against, there's teams that you would have to look at them against and say who has the better resume.
Yeah.
And then you would also probably you might end up having to put them over a team with a better record than them.
Yeah.
Which that would really fire some people up.
Yeah. That would be tough.
Because record is important.
It is.
If it's not important, then, just schedule the preseason top 10 for your first 10 games and say, hey, let's go at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's talk. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but I left out BYU because if they lose to Tech twice, and
Yeah. No, I get it.
that's
But also,
that'd be no
that would still be a 2-loss team
Yeah, it's
that
tough.
went to the conference champion. Like
Yeah,
you have to.
yeah. No, it's a tough.
Members
year.
of the committee have a tough job.
Yeah.
People are going to hate them no matter what.
Yeah, tough year for them this year. I think one of the hardest years for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. It'll be
All right. Well,
let us know in the comments down
Yeah.
below who your top 12 teams for the playoffs are at this moment.
yeah. But folks, that wraps up another episode of Michael and Austin Football Pod for you. Hopefully you had fun in this episode. I certainly did. That was a good episode. Yeah, we will, like I said, be taking a bye week. So you will not get an episode next week. However, we will be back for the playoffs.
Yes, enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Enjoy your
Some
Thanksgiving.
Great football this weekend.
Everybody stay safe if you're traveling cross country.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to everybody that tunes in. We love doing this, and hopefully you guys enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
But with that being said, see you later.